Might not feel like halfway through, but
It definitely doesn't.
This does
Yeah.
not feel like halfway through.
Yeah, it definitely does
Yeah,
not feel like
what?
halfway through.
allegedly things move very quick now. But we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes.
Alright, we're live.
Great. All right. So today's question, Factspiration question, is describe your character's current relationship with the player character sitting to your right, which will be determined randomly if you decide to answer this question. All right. So that's interesting. While you ruminate on that, is anybody interested in giving me a recap of what happened last week? It was a lot, and also not a lot. But if anybody would like to give me a recap, you can have a Factspiration or an Inspiration. If you're interested in that, roll a d20 into chat. And if you are not, I will endeavor
I
to...
only rolled 1 dice. What is this?
Okay. You're very excited about it.
Apparently, I
alright.
did this Sunday night.
Okay. Going once, going twice. Sold to Wayne Larson. Live on the scene. Tell us what's going on.
All right, so we got ready for dinner with the Dark Lord. Everyone was bathed. Everyone had their weapons put away. We weren't gonna try and get killed, although, you know, that was always a possibility regardless. And we all arrange ourselves around the table. And everyone seems to be on their best behavior, ourselves including our hosts. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little afraid that not necessarily the Dark Lord, but his spouses would take time to needle us and provoke a reaction. But Escher was, you know, a gentleman and was very polite and outgoing, and Strahd's the Dark Lord's other wife, who has a penchant for dogs, she was, you know, ever so much the animal lover, you know, inviting Piccolo over to spend time with her. And things seemed to be going okay. We were asking questions of one another, icebreakers and such, and then Victor decided to get a little pointed, and his mom upset, and Strahd decided he would check in on how things were going in Valakai. And much to our horror, we witnessed all hell breaking loose in Valakai. A lot of innocent people dying, and the Baron was pulled off of his horse by an angry citizenry and appears to have been beaten to death before our eyes, which just made things worse. And to exacerbate things further, Doru was brought out during dinner, and I opened my mouth and put myself in a position where I put Irina in a position to decide Doru's fate. She knew Doru well before his vampirism took hold, and all she wanted was him to die quickly, ultimately, for his crimes of slaying her father. And so Strahd meted out the justice. We were able to get through dinner for the most part, although Blinsky decided he was going to show off his favorite dolly of the Dark Lord. Kind of looked like a dollar store Count Von Count. Not a flattering look. And needless to say, that offended him. Strahd, that is. And that sort of put a damper on things. Dinner was concluded. Everyone pretty much went back upstairs. I decided to take Dunbar out and taking a chance. I was escorted by Dark Lord's wife and her dogs. Thankfully, I made it out in one piece and was able to ask some questions, get a little bit of a better understanding of her desires, her husband's desires, and his past. And we all called it a night after having survived the ordeal. But when we woke up in the morning, Blinsky was nowhere to be found. I suspect he wandered off in the middle of the night, maybe to apologize to the Dark Lord. Maybe he went looking for other automatons to examine. But he's now a permanent guest at Castle Ravenloft. And I don't think there's anything we can do for him. And at this point, we are packing up to leave after having been given some food for the road. And we are going to stop off and visit the Vistani on our way back to the Village of Barovia. We're looking at several hard days of travel. Don't know what we're going to encounter, but we're going to hope for the best.
All right. Do you want DM inspiration or a fact inspiration?
I will take DM inspiration, please.
DM inspiration. Okay. Alrighty. If anybody is interested in answering this fact inspiration question, further expanding our knowledge of your character and their place in the world, go ahead and roll a d20 in the chat. It'll net you I believe you guys are level 5 now, so it's a d8. Fact inspiration die. All right, Robin. Okay. Anyone else? Going once? Going twice? Ooh, okay. Oh, Dom secretly rolling. We don't know what Dom got. Oh. Okay. Is Wayne going to do a clean sweep this week? Going once?
I feel a little... Okay, good. I feel
better. Okay. All right. Going once. Going twice. Taylor the Swift. Do you want to include NPCs on this or just PCs?
I think the way it says the player character in the
Okay. So we'll go left to right. I'll roll a d4. All right, Robin.
Oh wow. Perfect. Yeah. Man, Robin, this is Taylor's best friend that she's ever had.
Oh wow.
She hasn't met a lot of people. Robin's very, very kind to Taylor. Was willing to guard the door for her, and yeah, I mean, right now, Taylor would just lay it all on the line for Robin.
Wow.
She has been very welcoming.
Okay.
That is both very beautiful and very sad that she's the best friend you've ever had.
Yeah, that tragic backstory. Okay. Beautiful. You may ask the same question of any NPC you've met previously in the campaign. I will randomly determine which of the 5 of you they have to answer the question about.
Let's go with Irenia.
Irenia. Okay. So you'll be number 5, Taylor.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Irene. Yeah,
Alright.
Irene.
All right. Okay, Robin. All right. So Irenia thinks Robin is a real girl boss, just a real badass, just gets things done. She's actually using Robin as like the example to live by because Robin's father died horribly right in front of her, and she puts one foot in front of the other every day and keeps going and keeps trying. So Irenia wasn't even there to see her father killed, but part of processing that grief has been kind of looking up to Robin as like this person that's just very practical and just gets shit done. Robin's get it done, essentially. So I guess role model is the relationship that she has towards Robin. Yep. Big responsibility, I guess. Oh well. Sweet. I'd love to apply this buff to you, but I don't know if it'll work or not. Let me see. We're playing Russian roulette every time I apply a buff. The ones that I tested that are the big offenders are exhaustion, fear, and res thickness. So we could probably use the rest, but we don't want to use any of those.
Are those the
Well,
ones that have
hopefully we don't
nested?
need the ladder.
And any speed modifiers. So everything that's nested is causing issues. Everything that's nested is causing issues. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out eventually. But for now, yeah, we should be able to use everything except the ones that are nested or stacking or whatever. Those we'll have to track manually. All right. So I guess we join you guys on the road. You have charted a course from Castle Ravenloft to your destination. Now, what is the weather like in Barovia this time of year? You are in fall now, so it is probably a high of 50 and a low of like 10 on any given day. It is always damp, and it rains at least once a day. Sometimes it rains all day. If the weather is ever different than that, I'll let you know specifically. But at any given time, the sky is overcast, there's a light drizzle, and the temperature is anywhere between 10 and 50 degrees and damp. So...
And that's Fahrenheit, right? Not
Yeah,
burning hot.
Fahrenheit. No, Fahrenheit. And coming from, Seattle, well, some of you are coming from Seattle, or some of you are, from Barovia, you're pretty used to it, this kind of like shitty weather. But as time goes on, you are hearing from locals, in passing and in conversations that don't happen during our games. Winter is just deadly here in Barovia. Like, everyone pretty much has to be stored up for the winter and just kind of like sit still and hope that they don't starve. It's real bad in the winter. So that's not for another couple of months. I think the first day of winter is not till December. So yeah, you guys are good. There's no way he'd still be in Barovia by then. All right. So as you guys set out, I'll change the music out. Fine. Go with this for now. Okay. So setting out on the road. You gotta travel about 70 miles. You are gonna take a shortcut along the Serre Pool. And on your first day of travel, you opted to push. Not push. You opted not to push. So you're just gonna go the 8 hours and then rest. So by now, I think you know enough about this route that I can inform you of a phenomenon that takes place. This location right here, Gates of Barovia. Every time you pass Gates of Barovia, you roll one extra time for an encounter. Also, there is a place over by Valakai, this kind of crossroad right here. And every time you pass this crossroad, you get one extra roll for an encounter. This has been happening the whole time, but I feel like you've traveled enough now that you're kind of realizing that those are busier areas than others.
Are those rolls on the good table, though?
The table is, like all things, both good and evil. Yep. So
How
you
cute
have
of the table.
a busy day ahead of you. So let's get to it. Let's see. Where's my D8? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So, after about 5 hours of traveling, do we have something to... Oh, yeah, there's the you are here. Okay. Okay, so after about 5 hours of traveling, you'd probably be somewhere around the Gates of Barovia, or a little bit past it. And you would come up upon, like, so they're moving slower than you guys, a group of villagers. So let me take you over to the battle map. For no reason at all. Let's see. All these people. Okay.
They look like 4 Scottish brothers with mighty beards.
Ooh. I mean, they're on the table. They are on the table. I didn't
Well,
lie.
you don't do it either.
Yeah, I didn't lie when I said that they were on the table. All right, so these guys would probably be headed. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, I'll drop you guys down. You guys should get scattered everywhere. Hey, that's not right. Hold on. Let me try one more time. I'm gonna grab all you guys, and I'm gonna copy you. Go. Take you over to the road again. And I'll paste you again. Ah, there you go. Now you're scattered to the fucking winds. I've really got to use that drag and drop folder. It's just there's so many of you. Gotta sort you all into the same fucking folder. Alright. So a child calls out, because I'm assuming you guys aren't moving stealthily because you don't want to roll twice as many random encounters. So a child calls out, there's someone coming. There's a group of people coming. And immediately the adults kind of huddle around the children, and one of them stands defiantly in front of the whole crowd, daring you to come closer. So they kind of rush ahead.
This whole map is black for me.
Oh, excellent, excellent.
Same.
Loving it. All right,
I can
hold on.
see.
There we go. All right.
Not, some of us aren't as special as you, Taylor.
Okay. So, this lady, she rushes up and
Aw.
she puts her hands wide in a "come at me, bro" gesture. And she says, "Don't come any further. These children are under our protection."
Have we seen any of these people before in either of the towns that we've been in? Because we've encountered a lot of.
Have you ever gone to the bakery in Valakai? You could say yes. I won't. I'm not a cop. Like, if you think that your character in the time that you were in Valakai would have been like, "I want a donut," then yeah, you probably have met this one before. She is the baker.
I guess Anne probably would have walked past it, knowing that it's a bakery and what she knows about what's her name that sold cupcakes.
Okay.
Was it near the shopping or was it near the inn? The bakery.
The bakery was near the shopping.
Then yeah, I'd say probably so because
Okay.
we spent some time shopping in Valakai.
I don't think you would have forgotten the name though. It's pretty clever. It was called The Shadow. Yep, it's exactly how you think it's spelled.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I remember mentioning it before.
Okay, so if you would have ducked in there, she would recognize you because Anne, you're very tall.
Mhm.
So she says, hold on a second. I recognize one of them, the giant woman. And then this guy says, is she safe? She looks dangerous. And Magdalena says, she seemed nice when she was tolerable. What are you doing on the roads? Are you fleeing the conflict in Valakai?
We're heading to Barovia, the village of Barovia.
Oh, the people all look at each other excitedly. And this lady says, "Oi, we're heading to Barovia too. We're misfits and outcasts, survivors, those who lost much and more, and just need a new place to start."
Can you tell us more about what has happened in Valakai? Says Robin, stepping forward a little bit.
Yeah. This guy says, yes, we have been walking a long time. Come, let us palaver for a bit. Perhaps we can travel together. There's safety in numbers.
I mean, Robin does agree because the mist could take them instead of us next time.
Oh, also, I don't want you guys to think that that kid's Felix, so I'm going to swap him out for a different kid. So, I only have so many children miniatures. There you go. Okay. So as you approach, she's going to, say, these are all the people, and the DM does not want to introduce them because it would be 10 more Barovian names. So we don't want to use them all up. And then this little kid who is quiet, she looks up at all of you and she says, "You have to be careful on the road. Wolves travel in packs." And all of them nod sagely.
Can Robin do an insight check just to make sure like there's nothing weird going on with them?
Well, it's definitely some weird stuff going on. But yes, you may do an insight check.
Well, I mean specifically like they're not coming across like maybe a pack of wolves or something.
Oh yeah. The only thing that's unusual about them is that they made it this far from Valakai without being killed.
Honestly, that was what was.
Yeah.
That was the part that was worrying me. It's
Yep.
like, how did they get this far?
They must have been rolling Daybreak encounter dice. Is all you can think. So, definitely not using the same dice that you guys use. This is the first encounter they had. A party of adventurers was the result.
And do any of them have any weapons or anything like that, or do they all just look like villagers?
They have something called improvised weapon and whatever's on hand.
You're rolling privately, Chris.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry. Reveal and reveal. Yeah, so they're more than capable of taking care of themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
So they have
+2.
sticks, harsh language, and they're wearing plot armor. Got it.
Well,
That's good. They should come with us then.
thus far.
They've got HP.
Thus far, but plot armor
Yeah.
just became really heavy, so they're probably going to take it off right now.
I mean, Magdalena is literally wheeling a loaf of rye right now. Like that's what's happening. Right
Oh, now
now.
Magdalena-
don't shit on old loaf of rye bread. That shit hurts.
No,
Now,
exactly.
Magdalena actually is strapped with 2 daggers and a hand crossbow.
She probably has a sourdough starter in her backpack as well.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
she's got to start over. So she explains to you that during the conflict, some fires got started and her bakery burned down. And she took that as a sign from the Morning Lord that not only was it time for her to find a new place, it was time for her to find a new purpose. And so she has decided that she's going to travel to the village of Barovia in the valley and start a new life.
Oh, what a poor choice.
So this guy, this dour Valakian, he and his son and these 4 children that, remember, they have an orphan problem in Valakai. These are 4 children that are too tough and too rowdy for to ever join an orphanage, especially this one. And so this kid right here, was friends with these orphans, and when his father's like, we have to leave the city, he insisted that they go get his friends from the alleyway where they lived in a little crate. So they've come as well. This guy left because he's on bad terms with the Wachner family. And he doesn't think that he's going to do so hot in the new order. These 2 guys are brothers that are from they are from Valakai. They were investors, but they owed some money to the Wachner family and are worried about their future business prosperity if they stayed in the city. So they have left. This lady left because her husband died fighting the vampires, and she doesn't want to be reminded of his death. And this lady, she just thought it seemed like it's pretty fun. Yeah, let's check out Valibur. You guys are heading out of town? I'll come with you.
Yeah, she looks like somebody who does that stuff for fun.
Yeah.
Taylor's gonna like cartwheel into
Okay.
the middle of all of them and start
Okay.
juggling balls for the kids.
All right. So give me a performance check. If this does not succeed, the children will attack you. They are feral orphans. Oof. All right. Well, they got low standards for entertainment, so I guess your 10 is enough that they cautiously watch you. But no, actually, you know what? Based on what happened, as you cartwheel towards them, they actually start to flee in terror. And immediately all the adults say, no clowns, no jesters, please. And this guy says, what are you doing? You weren't there. You don't know. One of the vampires was dressed very similar to you.
Taylor's gonna like make a gasp expression and then make a I'm sad expression and hunker away in defeat behind Robin.
Yeah, Sonny Valakian is going to say, it's true. One of the vampires, it was wearing an outfit very similar to that. At first, when I saw you, my heart stopped in my chest. My breath was ragged. I thought they had caught up with us. And she starts to like quietly sob.
Do you think you're being pursued?
I don't know anymore. But the creature, it could climb on the walls, and it did cartwheels just like that, and it had the most horrible laugh. And when she says that, you see all of them have this haunted look on their face, remembering the laughter of that dark jester.
Feeling even more abashed, Taylor will shy back towards Wayne.
Robin's
Wayne
going
will put
to... Go ahead, Wayne.
Wayne will put a consoling hand on Taylor's shoulder and give her a nod and say, "Wasn't you, Taylor? We know that."
Yeah. Robin's going to say loudly enough to make sure Taylor hears. She's going to say, back on Earth we have scary clowns and jesters as well, but there's also good ones. And Taylor has proven to be a true friend to us and a stalwart companion. You have nothing to fear from them.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a persuasion. Okay. The adults say, we understand, and we'll take your word for it. But the children remain very frightened of Taylor.
And
Yeah.
Robin's going to say, and I also understand it could take some time. You've been through a lot.
Yeah, we should probably, talk and walk as we go.
Oh, right. Okay. So you guys all continue. So you're going to travel with these people?
I'm fine
I
with
mean,
it.
we're not trying to be stealthy, so I don't see what a little more numbers to the party hurts.
It might make people less likely to come after us too.
Or more likely. Who knows?
Well, I mean, some people like to eat their lunch, in the break room. Some people go to the all-you-can-eat buffet. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's different, everybody's different.
As we get going, like Robin would start saying that, we had been to Barovia, a couple weeks ago at this point, and while things are, there are challenges there, and that city has had its fair share of challenges. There is Arena's brother is now in charge of it, and he is a good man, and she knows that he will welcome hardy new people into the village that can help breathe some life into thing, and hopefully once trade can start back up, there can be some hope again within Barovia as well. She'll kind of do that kind of
Okay.
fair
enough.
Because that's what
All
she's
right.
hoping, at least, is that maybe something can grow out of some of this if
Oh, so
more bad things don't happen.
Magdalena says she says, "Oh, so do you know this Ismark Koljonovich? I sold him some sweet rolls, and he was so handsome." And she blushes, even more than her character art depicts, mentioning that she sold him some sweet rolls.
Yeah, Robin will nod. She's like, "Yeah, we do know him, and we are in fact traveling with his sister Irina." And she will gesture for Irina to come over.
Oh yeah, Irina says, "Oh yeah, he's the eligible bachelor, you might say. He's you know, now that he's the boss of the Village of Barovia, I mean, he's going to need to sire some heirs, if you know what I mean. You need a wingman for that operation. Just let me know." Magdalena is just blushing and fanning herself as she walks, tittering and giggling to herself.
Yeah, Robin will say something about how on Earth we talk about the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. So, if she can get that bakery going,
Okay. All right.
or maybe just offer to cook him, bake him some bread sometime. Not a euphemism.
Do they call out the presence of Lydia and Victor at all?
Oh shit! Good point. Thank you. I guess after, they wouldn't really expect to see them there, but after they're, because I mean, Anne just kind of draws a lot of attention, and then you got Mad Eye Moody over here, and it's like a lot going on. There was a scary clown, so yeah. I think after all of that is over, before you guys kind of start walking together, like this guy back here would be like, wait. Lady Petrovna, Baroness, what are you doing here?
Well, and this actually raises a question before
Yeah.
she answers that. One of the things we were planning on doing kind of as soon as we got out of the castle
Was disguising them?
was talking with
Oh.
Victor about whether he was going to keep mind controlling Lady Petrova or not.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
good
he
point.
said he was gonna do it when we got out.
Well, he
So we
wasn't
were-
going to re-up it.
He wasn't
May
going to
not be
re-up it,
expired yet.
or at least we were kind of having that conversation.
Yeah, it lasts 8 hours, and he did it first thing in the morning. So
Just whether or not
He'll
it's
probably-
dropped yet.
It'll probably end once
Or-
we start resting.
yeah, it's gonna be like the next hour or so. So yeah, we are gonna have to address that. She would, of course, if she's still under it, say, yes, it is me. Thank you for noticing. I am on a trip with my son Victor. We're going to check on the Valley of Barovia and help re-establish trade. Everything is fine, though my heart is broken for the death of my husband. But as long as Victor is here, everything will be alright. They all look at Victor, this emaciated, sunken-eyed dude who's just worn the fuck out from constantly concentrating on spells that are, he doesn't really fully understand. He gives them a weak smile, and they make like kind of a grimace in response, because it's a terrifying smile. And then, Magdalena says, but so you escaped? We were so worried that you and Victor were captured or killed. Where were you that night? I remember the Baron said that you had been kidnapped or went missing. And then she starts to eye like the party with like a bit of fear and confusion. And then Lydia says, No one was kidnapped. We are on a journey to go and help reopen the trade routes. As long as I'm with Victor, everything is okay. In fact, we just got done, and then Victor says, hey, Mother, we don't need to tell them all of the things we have been up to. They are probably tired. And then she looks at him, and she looks over at them, and she just kind of shrugs. Because Victor whispers to you, Jason. Should we tell them that we should probably not tell them we're coming from the castle, eh?
No, that would be a bad idea. The Protrovs have been through a lot. Let's let them have time to pass their grieves, and we must continue. No need to lack on the roads.
Yeah, this guy says, I agree. Breath is best spent for the hike and the walk. Less words, more steps. Okay. So about an hour later, the spell is going to end. And at this point, Victor has kind of trailed behind with his mother.
And knowing that we're coming up on that, I think,
Mhm.
like, because we met last night and talked about this. Like, I think Robin is going to kind of lag behind with them to kind of help try to manage stuff.
Okay.
Taylor in the morning said that she'd help Victor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So,
All right.
Wayne's trying to
So-
split the difference and provide cover for either party, depending on whether or not we're assaulted mid-walk.
So Victor, unlike all other wizards in 5th edition D&D, does not have keen mind. But he has a general sense that the spell is going to wear off soon. And then it is almost like the shattering of glass. She immediately takes in a shuddering breath and just the saddest, like most despairing sob as she just falls into the mud of the road and just curls up and weeps.
Robin will just like come back and like kneel down in the mud with her and just like grab her and hug onto her.
He tries to speak, but only ends up sort of like dry heaving and then vomiting into the mud.
Yeah. Robin doesn't like, she's not trying to help her talk or anything. She's just there
Yeah.
to like make sure she knows. Like, Robin will hold her hair if she's vomiting or, you know, whatever. She's just there to help.
Wayne will send Dunbar up to the other group and kind of say, "Go on, get their attention.
All right.
Get him to stop, boy."
Okay. So he just runs in front of the group, back and forth, bjorking and barooing, and kind of keeping their attention away from the group as they continue to outpace you guys more and more. Irenia, noticing what's happening, keeps pointing out what a ham he is, and I guess one of you must have some sausages, and just kind of tries to keep the attention on Dunbar and away from what's happening back there. Victor just kind of stands there, staring down at his mother. He kind of crouches and goes to put a hand on her, and she pulls away from him, and she gives him a look of hurt and confusion and sorrow. And he said, "I had to save you. I did what I had to do. Save your life. I had the power to do it and I used it. And if I hadn't, I would have had to live with your death and those regrets for the rest of my life. There was nothing I could do for Father. I'm sorry." And she takes a deep, like, steadying breath, starts compartmentalizing, boxing everything up, and she nods her head slowly. And then, without asking for any help, she slowly stands back up, kind of wiping the larger chunks of mud from her clothing. She nods the second time and starts to slowly walk to catch up with the group.
Robin's going to let her kind of pass. She's going to look over at Victor. She's going to say, none of this is our fault. Not me, not you, not anybody in this group. Everything that has happened is because of other people's decisions. We've just been reacting and trying to save those that we can where we can. Give your mom time. She just needs time to process this and come around. You have done a good thing. It's been hard, I know, and messing with somebody's brain is hard, but you saved her life.
I don't know what kind of life she has now, but I did save it.
And she has the same life everybody else does right now. We get to try to make something of it, and we either will or won't, but she has a fighting chance. She would be dead if you had left her there.
I understand. I appreciate what you're trying to do, Robin. Thank you.
Robin's gonna nod. She's like, I mean, I also know me saying this doesn't fix or change anything. I just wanted you to know what I know. And it gets easier with time, I hope. She'll kind of like brush some mud off. Yeah.
Up ahead, you hear Dunbar making a different burrowing sound, and then sort of a cautious growl, and then a loud Wayne, check this shit out, Baru. And you hear the children say, is that the dead horse? Is it the wagon? And I'll take you to the next map. Can you guys see on this map?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, so up ahead, you see a destroyed wagon. You see that the wagon is not, as shown in this depiction, a old-timey Oregon Trail covered wagon. It is or it was a full-on enclosed wood wagon with a flat top, and it looks like it was even iron-bound. Like designed to be maybe kept locked up. There was no driver. There's the remains of one horse, dead and tangled in its tethers, and there is a single horse leg over here. The rest of that horse is missing. I will use this drawing tool to show that there's the horse leg, and then there's like it just kind of trails into the woods.
Okay.
Magdalena says, children, do not go any closer. Let these mercenaries check it out.
Robin's going to walk up by Parple, and she's going to say, Parple, stick close to the villagers if you can. If anything happens, protect them.
Okay.
Taylor will kind of rush up, take a look at the wagon.
Okay.
Can Jason see any movement in like the shrubberies around the wagon?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check. Okay. Other than what is being kind of blown by the wind, you don't see anything. I should also mention that this campfire is not here. Let me X that out. There we go. But this is a relatively popular place to camp. It's about 2 hours north of the Sayre Pass Bridge.
Okay. Looking at the cart, like from a distance, is there anything that kind of, looks odd about it?
Oh yeah. So
Like, how's it broken or anything? If it's broken or anything like that?
you looking at it, let's see. Actually, give me a crafting check. This would be intelligence crafting, or I would allow wisdom crafting for this. The crafting being your particular tool set.
Okay, so I'll do a smithing tools.
Okay.
Okay, I guess this would just be an intelligence check with a proficiency. So add
Okay.
add 3 to this.
Okay. Okay. You get the sense that this wagon was attacked by something huge. And it tore it apart. As you and Jason are kind of checking it out from a distance, you guys notice, and I think Taylor, with your perception, you would notice as well, the glint of weapons and armor from inside the wagon.
Taylor is gonna stealth up to the wagon.
Okay.
And
Go
take
ahead
a
and
look
give me
inside.
a stealth check.
Well, Robin is watching the tree line.
Oh, as you
This
start to
whole
go
time.
towards it, Dunbar is gonna run towards you, barking, but he does not get any closer than this. But it's almost like he's trying to stop you.
Taylor, maybe something's not right.
Taylor does like a I see you, and then she does like a I'm walking quietly with her fingers, and then she starts walking quietly up to the wagon.
Okay. All right.
Wayne steadies the rifle, ready for shit to pop off.
Okay. Dunbar is doing that thing that nervous dogs do, where he's kind of like pacing. His problem doesn't seem to be with the wagon, Wayne. It seems to be with the horse. All right, Taylor, as you get close, you can see that inside the wagon are a number of swords, axes, spears, armor, and weapons. There is one particular weapon that looks way fancier than all the rest. It is a resplendent halberd. It seems to be made entirely of steel with a beautiful kind of leather grip, and there is a almost like blue stain to like the blade of the axe head.
Taylor
It's gorgeous.
Taylor will carefully pull that out of the stack. Try
Okay,
not
go
to
ahead. Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand.
If it ain't good, I'll roll for expiration.
All right, I'm gonna need that faxpiration then. All right, you thought for a second that you were gonna cause a lot of the stuff to fall and clatter together, making a loud noise, but you expertly extract this full-size halberd. It glimmers in what faint light is available in this early evening kind of sunset time.
Well, and the rest of the stuff just looks like mundane.
Well, as you move that out of the way, you see a suit of plate mail that is red and gold enameled, and it looks fucking dope.
Oh my god.
As a
but it's in there, like it's just pinned under all the stuff that fell down on top of it.
All right, I'm gonna take the halberd back. I'm gonna creep back. I'm gonna hand it to Anne. There's a lot of weapons in there, and this is very nice armor, but Dunbar is kind of freaking me out a bit.
What has Dunbar all upset? Is it the
The horse? You guys are yeah. Wayne is confident it's the horse.
Okay, 1 second, hold on. Anne's gonna go over to here and like look for a somewhat of a rock, like a large enough rock.
All right. I mean, yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I could pick up something that big.
Oh no, but like there'd be some over here. Yeah. So you pick up a rock.
So pick up a good sized rock, and I'm gonna chuck it at the horse.
All right, give me a improvised attack roll.
Okay, this would just be a dexterity check then for range attack. All right. Wait, and then wait.
Well, you can throw
I-
with strength.
Yeah, thrown weapon is strength, right?
Okay. If it has the thrown property, you could use. Okay, yeah, sure. I'll do strength. Yeah, I'll take it.
That's a rock is the thrown property. Jesus.
All right,
All
16.
right. So you hit the horse, and as you do, we roll into initiative.
Okay.
You guys can thank Dunbar for this one.
Mhm.
Based on his previous experience
Who's a good boy?
with these creatures.
Chest burster, I guess. I guess it's one of those chest burster thingies again,
Or a zombie horse.
or zombie horse.
Hmm.
First
Chest-
fight in how long, guys? I'm so excited.
It's
We
been a
haven't,
while.
we haven't had
Make a new character.
Oh jeez. This should be a very manageable fight. This should be a very manageable fight. All right. Oh, before we begin, did anybody decide to take on companions or not yet?
I have not yet, but
Okay.
I'm probably gonna pick up Parpo at some point.
Okay. All right. Let me.
I mean, you can pick him up at any time, really.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we decided that you would get purple.
I was saying physically. I was trying to make a joke.
Oh.
All about
Oh.
face, you
And
know,
that Robin was
something,
going to get Irene.
Something dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, I would be happy to run Irenia unless somebody else wants to take it on.
Yeah, I guess I'll take control of him now then.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
it just makes him safer.
All right. So I will give Purple Cantemir to Dom. And I will give Irina Koljanovic to Darby.
Oh, no, I thought Lauren was going to run.
Oh,
Dar-
Lauren. Sorry.
Yeah,
Darby's got Leo.
yeah. Otherwise, I'd end up with two.
Oh, right. You're right. Okay. Sorry about that.
And
And
Leo's got a rifle now.
Yeah,
So-
Leo's like, hey man, I've got a rifle. Can't I do my own shit for once?
Yeah,
Aw.
he's
He's
trying
new
to show
Henry.
up Wayne here.
yeah, you guys will do great in this combat encounter then. All right. So everybody has should roll in their initiative.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I mean, Wayne wins.
That's Wayne wins.
Oh, right. Yeah. All right. So
Wayne, you
Wayne.
should just give yourself like a plus 20 to your initiative or something.
So Wayne, you've won the initiative.
No, because I need a laugh like that. I rolled a 4. I win.
All right. So what are you gonna do?
So
It comes at such a cost, guys. He can't ready actions. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
yeah.
know. It
Yeah.
actually really sucks for a sharpshooter.
yeah.
I mean, it depends on what it is. Anyway,
Yeah.
can I see what is going on with the horse? Is the horse?
Yeah. The
reanimating?
horse's
Is
body
something-
is squirming like there's 2 chest bursters inside.
Okay. If I'm seeing like a lump that's about ready to explode,
Okay.
I'm gonna aim for the lump and
Alright.
fire.
It is gonna have a +5 AC because it has full cover, and this will be a blind shot. But you may go ahead and make it. Ooh, yeah, 7 is not gonna hit. So the bullet just kind of ping off of the wagon.
Okay. Gonna throw the bolt and fire again.
Okay. Second shot, like the creature's definitely in there because it's like squirming around to, away from the first shot. And the second shot, you try to track its movement. It's moving so fast, you just shoot the horse in the head. All right, you haven't damaged anything, so you still control the initiative.
I'm gonna pass to Leo so he can ready a shot.
Okay. All right. Well, that would be
Oh,
Jason.
and
Yeah,
Dunbar's gonna dodge.
I shouldn't have rolled Leo into initiative. But that'd be Jason and Leo. Okay.
Excuse me. I will pass to Jason and Leo so they can do their
Alright.
thing.
Yeah. We'll have Rio hold an action to take a shot at this thing if it emerges.
Okay. All right. And then what's Jason gonna do?
I'm gonna move to the south and actually look out in the forest and
Okay.
see if all this gunfire is drawing whatever dragged a whole horse off.
Ooh.
If it comes back. I'm
Yeah.
gonna keep an eye out for that.
Okay.
So I guess an act of
Yeah. Give me a perception check. Okay. Currently, you don't see anything of note, but you are going to continue scanning the woods just in case. All right. Who do you want to pass to?
I'll pass to Anne.
All right, Anne.
All right. Well, I guess we'll have Harpo for right now. He'll just continue to dodge with the rest of the villagers to keep them safe. And then I guess I have this halberd in my hand from what Taylor handed to me, and I'll take that. I'll step forward a bit, and then I guess I'll ready to attack with it.
Okay.
If something comes up.
All right. For now, I'll just add a halberd to your sheet.
Mm-hmm.
You're not sure what this halberd does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Who do you pass to?
I'll pass to we'll pass to I guess why don't we pass? Yeah. Pass to the creatures, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. For now.
Okay. They vanish from everybody's senses except for Dunbar, because Dunbar's got a passive 18. Actually, I think is even higher than that because he has keen senses. He's got a passive 23. So he is convinced they're still there. You guys can't see any movement. You can't see anything. Basically, they use both their turns to do stealth checks. They will pass to the villagers. The villagers are just going to huddle together. All right. Oh, Victor's his own man, and his companion character, Lydia. Let's see.
Oh.
Let me roll him in.
Also, I shouldn't have rolled Irene, and I was trying to roll for Robin, and I rolled her.
Oh, no worries. So Victor is going to watch the road that you came from, just in case the sounds are drawing anybody to the battle. And he's not going to ready a spell in front of all these people. And he will pass to Taylor.
All right. Let's do this thing. I'm gonna cut this horse open.
Oh shit.
I get to right here.
Okay.
I'm 15 feet from the horse.
Wait, you're playing possum. Maybe we set it on fire or something.
I will do a bounding strike. I already committed to it, man.
Okay.
That's a 31.
Okay.
Here's the damage. Two-handed sneak attack. 7 damage on the horse.
On the horse itself. Okay.
Yep.
So that will split the horse open. The creatures are hiding inside the horse, but I will give everyone who would like, they may roll a free perception check to see if they catch sight of them now that the conditions have changed. All right, Wayne, you see them. Taylor, you do not see them. Robin, you still don't see them. And you still don't see them. So Wayne, they are there, but they are like, when it opened, they immediately like ducked deeper into the separate pieces. So one is in one half of the horse and one is in the other half of the horse. Roughly this space and this space.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright, I don't see him, so I'm just gonna try and blindly punch him out of the horse with a flurry of blows.
Okay. So they're gonna have full cover. It'll be a disadvantage unless you have some way to mitigate not being able to see them. But a 22 is gonna hit. It takes 6 points of bludgeoning damage, and you hear like a horrifying scream from inside the flesh of the horse.
And then I'll punch the other side of the horse.
Okay. All right, that does not hit.
Okay. And then I will back up next to Anne using mobile.
Okay.
And I'll stand defensively next to her.
All right. And then we pass to Robin.
Well, Robin can't see them, so she's just going to say, get all of the kids and the villagers, get back from this. And she's going to have her great axe out. She's going to kind of step over here next to Anne and just get her great axe ready, and she will ready an action if these things get close over here. Like if they try to circle around this way, she'll try to bash one of them with it.
Okay.
And Arenia, I think she's just going to kind of move up to help. She's got her bow out, but she's just kind of she's just going to dodge for now and kind of put herself in between the villagers and stuff.
All right. Who do you pass to the next round?
Who could see them at this point?
Did
Wayne
Leo
and
see him?
Dunbar.
Because I know Leo was running a shot.
Let's see. Leo would have needed to make a free perception check. That would have been so. Darby, if you give me a Leo check real quick. Ooh, yes, he would have seen it and gotten a boon. So he could have taken his held shot against one of the two as they kind of scurried deeper into the horse.
All right, this is his big moment.
Okay.
His first shot with his new gun.
All right, let me see if we could apply fortune without breaking everything. Oh, okay. So far, so good. Yeah, so that is gonna hit, and left or right?
Left.
Okay. So it would have taken 14 points of damage. Okay.
Have any of these kids ever seen a gun before?
Most of them have not. Some of them have heard about guns that they use them in Krezk. And there's, sometimes people from Krezk will come to town. But this is pretty wild. They're like covering their ears, their eyes are wide, they're looking around like, holy shit. They're just shooting a dead horse because they don't see any monsters or anything. I don't know what you guys are doing.
They heard the scream.
Yeah. So
and they saw Dunbar being weird.
Yeah, so they're definitely scared, but also curious. This one right here is on the lookout for wolves. All right, so that would be a 3, and you need a 5 or higher to get threat. So you just have 1 threat, so you're good for now. All right. All right. Cool. Okay. So who did you pass to into the next round, Robin?
Well, we had said Wayne could see them, so we'll pass to Wayne and Dunbar.
Okay. So Wayne, you're up.
Okay. Wayne's gonna reposition. So he can get a better angle.
Yeah.
And he can see the one that's been shot, and he's gonna aim for that same target.
Okay. It's gonna have partial cover, but not full cover like it did before.
Okay.
Yeah, 9 is not gonna do it.
All right. Same target.
Okay.
This is killing me, wasting these bullets like this.
Now you don't have a Blinsky to make you new ones.
Oh, come on!
Oof. All right. Yeah, you hit the horse critically and just explode the meat everywhere. At this point, it doesn't have much to hide behind. It rises up on its back legs, revealing just a mass of spaghetti-like tentacles
Oh.
and mandibles, and just lets out horrible screams. At this point, the children begin to scream. The villagers begin to scream. They all clutch each other in terror.
Dunbar's gonna come back to me, still dodging, and Wayne is just gonna start uttering a string of curses, and start checking the scope. And he's gonna pass to Taylor.
All right. Taylor. Oops.
Are they gonna
Taylor,
steal?
to you.
Oh no, they didn't get
They
hit.
didn't
Never
take
mind.
any
They
damage.
didn't take damage.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
No, he did 38 damage to the horse's
horse.
corpse.
Yeah.
That's why I got rid of it. I was like, well, we'll fail into success on this one. That's fine.
All
I've
right.
destroyed their cover.
Yeah.
I meant to do
Taylor's-
that.
Taylor's gonna do another flip as she brings the scythe around on this one.
Ooh,
mean-
that is gonna hit.
I mean, to be fair, this is maybe not making the kids feel better about clowns.
I shouldn't have the sneak attack on it.
All right, so 11 more damage. Okay. That is going to trigger its bloodied reaction. So, it can either move away from you or it can try to attack you. I think in this case, it's just going to try to attack you. Because what the fuck's going on here? All right, so it's going to use cornered, and it's going to try to make a melee attack against you, which is its tentacles. Here we go. Be a 19.
That'll hit.
All right, so 6 damage. And it attaches to the target and pulls itself into the space with you. You may continue your turn.
Is that
Okay,
within reach of Anne with the polearm?
It's in Taylor's space, so if Taylor's within reach, then yeah.
The polearm is reach, right?
Yep, polearm has reach.
Okay, then yeah. I'll. Oof.
And something weird about this halberd, it is so light that you're almost worried that like hitting it against something would bend it or break it. It feels like it's made out of aluminum. It's so light that even though it's a halberd, it's a finesse weapon.
Oh.
All right. I'll go ahead and use my ready action to attack it.
Okay.
Is that it? I think that's it. All right, Albert.
Oof. All right, so you swing and nearly take off one of the caps of Taylor's hat. As Taylor, you instinctively kind of duck out of the way of this giant swinging an axe at you. You may continue your turn.
I'm gonna flurry of blows and try and punch this thing off me.
Okay.
Before I do so, I'm gonna move next to Anne.
All right.
As I'm like, get it
It
off
travels
me.
with you. Yeah.
And then I'm going to
If you move next to Robin, she also has a ready to action.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I really like Robin. I'll move over here.
Okay.
All right. Robin will swing her great axe.
Yeah, Taylor's doing the very like emotive, like get it off me, get it off me, get it off me type thing.
Like, this is almost more like she's trying to like smash it, I think, rather than cut it. But
all
use the
right.
flat
Yeah,
one.
that is going to hit for 14 more damage, and that will split it in half.
Oh, cool. Taylor will flick it off of her and kind of like kick it into the forest.
Okay.
And then she'll just stay where she is.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. Who do you pass to?
I will pass to Anne, because she's got that beautiful halberd.
All right, Anne.
All right. I still can't see the thing because it's still hiding inside the corpse over there. But with how beat up it is, I just should just walk forward and start stabbing into the horse to see if she can get it.
Okay.
All right, so. Oof.
Ooh.
Oh, you know what? I should. Oh man, I forgot. I'm a level 5 rogue. I'm a level 5 rogue. I should have bonus action aimed first. Okay, well, I didn't do it.
You can't move and aim though, right?
No,
I
you
guess you
can't.
could have hit the horse from back
You
there
didn't even
though.
have
Yeah.
to move.
Yeah.
Slipped.
Next
You fall
time.
prone.
All right.
All that blood.
I'll use the rest of my movement to stand up then.
Okay.
All right, and then bonus action. I guess I'll stay here. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll pass to Robin.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Robin. She's going to do the same thing. She's going to come over and just start smashing this horse.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you're chopping it up, but good. And you can see this creature squirming away through the flesh, trying to get away from these impacts that are coming.
All right, I have.
It is like the creature knows exactly where you are, even though it can't see you.
I'm going to keep trying to get it if I can kind of see where it's squirming.
All right, now you could attempt an attack, but it'll have full cover and it'll still be at disadvantage because you technically can't see it. You know the space it's in now, but yeah.
Okay.
So
well,
it would just be a normal like invisibility type situation.
All right, I have extra attacks now, so
All
I'm
right.
ready for it.
Go for it. Ooh, okay. So a 20, even with the +5 to its AC, is going to hit. The creature is going to take 4 points of damage.
Man, I've rolled that one, got right.
Yeah,
over
that
rolled
great
one again.
axe. Yeah, that great axe. All right. It's gonna. Anything else from you? Because it is gonna steal.
No, I'll hang out here.
Okay. And you weren't ready in action, right? Because you attacked it.
Yeah, I attacked
Okay.
already.
All right. Well, either way, it is going to steal, and it is going to emerge. And then, yeah, it's just gonna. As it emerges, it uses its larval burst. So that's a 10-foot radius sphere around itself. So I would need Anne and Robin to give me Constitution saving throws. This is a poison-based effect. Ooh, very nice.
My +7 to Constitution.
You guys have gotten so strong since the last one. All right, both of you make your saves. And I believe this is a save or nothing. Let me double check. Yes. So it is a save or nothing. So the creature does that, explodes everywhere, kind of looks around like, that didn't work. And it is going to, gosh, what is it going to do? Yeah, it is going to burrow back into the horse's flesh, and then it's going to start moving south. It will provoke. I would say that you could make another attack against it, but it would be an opportunity attack, but it would be another disadvantage with the +5 because it did burrow back into the horse before it left. So it's kind of trying to use that as cover to cover its tracks as it flees. So
Yeah,
Robin, do you want to take the
Does that include me?
opportunity or no? Yeah, and you as well. All right, so yeah, the rest of the horse fucking explodes, and then as it explodes, you see the creature just slither away to the south. So it would get to these rocks, and it looks like it's trying to dig down into the earth and escape. And that is its turn. It will pass to Victor. He's watching the rear. Magdalena is herding the people further north of the location. They pass to Jason.
Moving from the villagers.
Mhm.
I'll keep an eye out to see if we attracted anything. And Leo will ready a shot if the
Well, it's out in the open. It's down. It's down here trying to burrow under
creature
the
comes
rock.
back towards us.
Oh, back towards you? Okay.
Yeah.
right, fair
Otherwise,
enough.
save the ammo.
All right. Who are you gonna pass to? Into the next round. If the creature's turn comes back up, you could tell it's just gonna dig into the ground and escape.
Yeah, we'll pass to Taylor.
Taylor, okay.
Taylor looks at Anne and Robin to see if they're like gonna try and chase the thing down or if they're just standing defensively.
Anne looks like she's about to go try and kill this thing.
Yeah, Robin's ready to
Right,
Robin's ready to vault over the thing too.
Taylor moves 25 feet. And she will leap at it, doing a bounding strike.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that is definitely gonna hit.
I took the sneak attack off of this, so it shouldn't show anymore. So 11 damage.
All right. As you do 11 damage to it, that triggers its cornered ability.
Ugh.
Or in this case, it's scurried ability. But it didn't. No, you know what? Yeah, it's gonna save its reaction to try to use scurry. All right, that's its. Keep going.
All right, I will start punching it.
Okay. Ooh. Oh, with the 11 missing the creature, that will give it the opportunity to use scurry. So while bloodied, if a creature misses the carrion stalker with a melee attack, it can use the reaction to move up to half its speed without provoking opportunity attacks. It's just going to use that to burrow under the ground and then under this rock.
Oh. Taylor will like send the second attack at the rock.
Okay.
We'll see how much.
Like I'm coming for you. Like I know you got tremor. Oh no!
Punching the rock.
Okay, exposed. Your swinging balances you so much that the target may make one melee. Okay. So the rock is gonna make an attack roll against you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Here we go.
It gives her the people's eyebrow, then it rolls into initiative.
All right, it misses. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Taylor she starts like swinging her hand like she broke it, and then she's gonna do a very awkward like move back, and then fall next to Anne.
All right. Who do you pass to?
I'll pass to Anne.
And do you let it go, or are you gonna try to Hulkamaniac like lift up this boulder?
Well, the last time we ran into this thing, it did a lot of damage to Anne, and she kind of wants some revenge. So,
okay.
She's gonna run over to here.
Okay.
And then did it leave is there like any trace of a hole from it burrowing?
It's like a D&D monster burrow. So yeah, there's like soft tilled earth where it like kicked that behind it as it went, but it didn't leave like a little tunnel or anything.
All right. Is there any way I can like try and stab this halberd into the hole to see if I can hit it?
You certainly could try, but it's going to be again at disadvantage. It's going to have a +5 to its AC.
Okay. In that case, what I'm gonna do is I'm a bonus action rage, and I want to try and lift this rock a little bit so that Robin can get to it.
Okay, for whatever reason, this feels like the right thing to do and the most natural thing in the world. Your brain floods with dopamine, and you gain an inspiration point.
All right.
All right.
So I'll spend the rage.
There's just something about picking up a big rock when you're angry that just feels right to you. Yep.
All right. There's the rage, and then athletics.
Yep.
Right, athletics.
Oh my goodness. All right, so you pick the rock up and you see the critter underneath and it looks around like, the fuck?
And then I'll say, Robin, kill it.
All right.
Hey, you don't free action drop the rock on it?
Maybe if Robin misses, that's the play. I don't know. All right. All right, Robin, to you.
Robin will move over, and taking that great axe, she's going to swing at this thing.
Okay. 14 is the creature's armor class, but despite being a small boy, it do have some pretty good hit points. So it is still going, And it's definitely gonna try and steal.
Well,
it
I
wants
still.
Oh,
I
you
still
still have another attack. You still have
I
attack.
have-
Oh
I have
yeah, that's
extra
right.
attack,
Level
and I-
5. All right, go for it.
And I am looking at my maneuvers here to see if there's anything.
You can guarantee the strike, or if you boost a little bit more damage, maybe.
You could stop it from moving.
Oh, that's right. Don't you have
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to bonus action. I will use Warden's Grasp on it. I mean, it's not. It can choose to, but it'll have to use disengage. It can't do
Right.
anything else. That's my bonus with it, and I'll go ahead and use my extra attack to attack one more time.
Okay. Yeah. All right. How do you finish this critter off?
Like, I think this is. Like, I don't even think this is slashing damage. I think this is like smushing damage. She takes it and just smashes it into the ground, like just trying to flatten it. And you hear like carapace breaking or whatever this thing is made of. I don't know.
All right. With that, you guys have ended the combat.
Yes, in the high of like picking up this rock and feeling so good, she's just gonna chuck it as far as she can, south away from everybody.
All right.
Taylor's gonna run to the cart and just start pulling everything out and throwing it on the ground.
Okay. And the rock sails a great distance, much further than you could have ever imagined being able to throw such a massive boulder. Those that watch it, you know that you are witnessing the strength of a giant.
Didn't she used to shot put? Isn't that like a thing she used to do?
She was a track and field person, so yeah, she did some shot put, running, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming this one being smashed, there's not much left to harvest from it.
I am checking the harvest guide. I don't know if these critters being so small, I don't know if they have anything when you're done with them that is harvestable. Okay. So yeah, I would need some sort of crafting check, and also a knowledge nature.
Let's see.
But nature's normally Victor's job.
Oh, okay, yeah. Him distracted.
Just lost my tool proficiency.
Oh yeah, it looks like I lost my 2 proficiencies too. Okay, I'll turn it back on.
Would this be in nature? Let me double check the creature.
Oh wow, I also lost.
Oh, they changed it. If you want to roll your 2 proficiency, they actually have a button now. You can just click on them and roll them now from your sheet. You don't have to have the item anymore.
Wow, thank God. That's awesome.
Where is that?
So at the bottom of if you go to your character sheet where it says attributes, all at the bottom, there's 2 proficiencies. There's like a little, pen or pencil. You click on that, add all the ones that you have, and then now you can just click on the 2 proficiency there, and it will roll it.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's nice.
That's a great addition. Ooh, and you can change the skill.
Yeah, you can change the skill too.
Okay. Well, keep in mind, if it's like the other skills, if you hold down Alt when you click on it, it'll pop up the little mini game thing.
It looks like it does it automatically now. Yeah. If you just click on it, it would pop up the mini game normally.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
So Victor will roll a nature check real quick. Oh, wow, he crushed it. Okay. He says, these are carrion stalkers. Are you familiar with these creatures?
We ran into one before. It almost killed us.
They begin life as a pale larva that infests a corpse, and over the course of weeks, they grub burrows, feeds, and grows, ultimately developing into a kiteless mass of pincers and tentacles. When they detect movement, they burst from the corpse cradle to attack, intent on implanting its young into the living and starting a new species' life. Unfortunately, Barovia, particularly the eastern part, near the valley, where the water tends to gather, and also in the swamps of Berez, has a great deal of these creatures. The adults are always on the lookout for food and places to lay their eggs. It would be good if we burned the remains of the horse to make sure that there are no eggs inside of it. As far as what use they are, they can be eaten. It has sort of a shellfish taste to it, like clams or snails.
Ugh.
Who after that introduction says, "Yeah, I'd like to try and eat it"?
So for
Tebow.
anybody that wants to come at me that Barovia is landlocked, there are such things as river prawns and lake crabs and crawfish. So just throwing that out there. Do know what a shellfish is. So you can also get its plate. So because they're so smashed up, you're not going to get a lot of plates out of them. But he says, if you can collect 12 pristine shell plates from these creatures, you can make a suit of scale mail armor that would not impose disadvantage when you're trying to stealth. So I don't know if anybody can use scale mail armor and then also wants to be able to stealth in it, but if you collect enough of these plates, you can certainly do it.
I mean,
Certainly worth
considering our party definitely wouldn't hurt
Yeah.
having less negatives to stealth.
Okay. Welp. Each one of these guys, I'm just gonna need a harvesting check. So it'd either be a survival or it'd be harvesting tools. If you have such a proficiency.
Another question. I completely forgot about this, and now seeing that horse picture, whatever happened to Irenia's horse?
It was back at the inn.
Oh.
Yeah. It's with the Mardikovs.
I mean, yeah, we trust that family.
Yeah,
they owe
okay.
us a lot.
All right.
I mean, they're going to want to establish trade with from.
And it's not like we're dropping Irene off,
Yeah.
In before Wayne asked, Dunbar, despite having amazing survival, cannot harvest these plates. So somebody with hands and survival, or hands and a harvester's kit, want to try to get these scales.
I wasn't even thinking that. I just thought that Dunbar, after seeing the dead bugs, might be like, snack?
Well, yeah, I mean, he would definitely eat you can get one ration per carrion stalker.
Well, no, I think he might just like try.
Oh,
to go
also
chow
keep
down.
in mind, you guys all have a sack lunch. That's not just like for show. That's an item. If you go over to the items tab and you search for sack lunch, you may drag that consumable onto your sheet. Yeah. It has the same stats as a shitty potion, essentially. It does 1d4 plus 1 hit points if you snarp it down.
Yeah, we used it to...
trying to wiggle you a bit, and I know you hate it. If Victor tells me what to do, would sleight of hand work for pulling off the plate, since it's a delicate act?
That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, sure. Okay, we could go with that.
Okay. All right, then I'll do that with Victor's instructions.
Because this is a smaller, more delicate creature. Yeah, okay.
I'll take over unloading the cart then.
Okay.
Why are we unloading it?
All right. It's
Why don't we
full
just
of
take it with
weapons,
us?
and the villagers have no weapons.
We're going to inventory it, and then we'll figure out if we use the cart.
The way it was described, I don't think it's usable. It sounded.
Yeah, the cart is salvage at best.
Okay.
It's completely wrecked.
All right, here's the sleight of hand for the first one, and here's the sleight of hand for the second one.
Okay. Let's see. Both of those are going to be successful. Give me a D3 and then another D3, and that's how many shell plates you were able to collect. All right, 6.
Nice.
So you're halfway there.
Robin does not have heavy armor proficiency, but she is interested in looking at this armor anyhow. That's in this cart.
So it's just your typical badass gothic horror, full plate with helm, red and gold enamel situation. It's very fine armor. You don't know exactly how much any of this stuff is really worth in Barovia, but you imagine that it's quite valuable. And yeah, it's just here in this cart. Also in the cart are 10 short swords, 10 long swords, 10 spears, 10 shields.
We can give the spears to the villagers.
10 light crossbows,
Can I really use a light crossbow?
200 crossbow bolts.
Oh, that's good. Irene was out of crossbow
Right, Irene
bolts.
wants all the crossbow bolts.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, she was rocking a hand crossbow, wasn't she?
She does. She does.
I
have a
mean,
hand
I
crossbow.
think the crossbow bolts are interchangeable.
There are 2 suits of chainmail. There are 3 suits of studded leather. And there is 1 set of fine smith's tools. So these are actually smith's tools that would give you a +1 bonus.
Oh,
Wow.
I'll take those.
Why could we have found this at the beginning? We probably all would have died.
Possibly.
Crash, what's the lighting situation right now?
Oh, it is closing in on sunset, so it's getting real dark.
Okay. Would
Sunset.
it be enough light for Wayne to try and fiddle with the scope a bit on the rifle? Because he's just pissed off that he wasted 4 bullets and missed. All right, he's going to try bore sighting the rifle again, and just hoping for the best that he can kind of adjust things on the fly next time we get into combat.
Leo will stand by silently and watch.
And Wayne's just doing his best Yosemite Sam impression, just swearing.
Yeah, so you guys are about 15-20 minutes away from sunset, so it's going to get dark real quick.
Is there a way? Oh, sorry.
This looks like a good place to camp, but also not a good place to camp with this dead horse and blood and.
Yeah.
This is a lot to carry. Maybe we can fix up the cart while we camp. I don't know how to do that though.
Is there a way on Arena's sheet to easily give her more crossbow bolts?
I could just drag them on there. Hold on.
Okay. Because it's just adding them one at a time when I try to add them.
Oh, well, if you mouse over crossbow bolt, there'll be like the number that there are, and then you could just manually type in whatever the number is supposed to be.
It's, I mean, it says that, but it's not actually letting me do that when I edit anything.
All right, you got 222 crossbow bolts now.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. And she's also going to take one of the light crossbows just so she has a backup.
Okay. Here, I'll drag one over for her.
Perfect.
Okay.
Oh well, doesn't Anne have like a crazy carrying capacity now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think she does.
Yeah.
Here, I'm at 167 out of 1,080.
Oh fuck!
Well, 1,080 is my max. So I'll probably be encumbered at like 300 something.
Still.
Still.
We got all these villagers too. I mean, we're gonna give them all some weapons.
They would very much like they clamber for crossbows and spears. That's like, yeah.
I mean, we give them spears. I mean, that's.
You give them the spears and a crossbow with 1 bolt each.
Wayne will turn to the party after we take stock of some of the armor, and he's done fiddling with his rifle, and ask if anyone would object if he could upgrade from his leather armor to studded leather armor.
This guy does say, this is a lot of weapons and armor. Where do you think it was bound? And from where did it come?
Only thing to the south of us is the village.
Do we see any tracks anywhere? Like you said, there was a large creature. Do we see?
We're close to that.
Yeah. So now that you're out of combat, you can give me an investigation or survival.
I'll throw out an investigation.
Well, have a nice +0 to either of those. So
Can Leo assist them? Hold on, let me check though. He might not be able to.
He's jack of all trades. He can help on any skill.
Yeah, it depends on how Crash wants to roll that.
No, that's how that works.
Okay.
I consider jack of all trades.
I've seen Crash play a bard.
Jack of all trades is proficient. It means you're proficient at every skill. Just what it means.
All right. Well, then he would help.
Okay. So together, you like Aragorn tracking hobbits. You piece together what happened. Wagon was coming up from the south. Suddenly, right around here, something hit the wagon. Here, I'll madden this shit for you. So it was coming along like this, but then something out of nowhere, no tracks, hit the wagon, implying it came from the sky. Picked up the wagon, dropped the wagon. Horses died. Wagon torn asunder. Horse killed. Second horse dragged away and then lifted back off into the sky.
didn't we hear about like a big rock that lives somewhere?
You did hear that the rock of Mount Gacchus,
Right.
but it hunts all of Barovia.
Mhm.
It's a very bad world boss encounter to get on your random encounter chart.
Well, we need its blood, so.
We just need to injure it, not kill it.
Sadly, that is the best you get from your investigation. You don't find any clues that would determine what kind of creature it actually was, other than the fact that what destroyed the cart was either as big as Anne or slightly bigger than Anne, and had claws like a fingered hand with claws.
And there's definitely no sign of like the driver or anything of this cart.
Nope.
Well, with the villagers asking, I think Robin would say, I mean, there's just no way to tell it was headed. It looks like it was headed north.
So the horse is missing, but who was driving the cart?
There's no tracks.
When you say that, Victor looks towards the sky. Not like, oh, he's up there in the sky, but like, he got carried away. Yeah.
Taylor will follow his gaze into the sky.
So this is a creature that could fly, was very strong, and had claws, and liked meat, apparently. Alright, he's gonna try to run some checks for you guys. Well, what comes to mind is either gargoyles or a dragon, I guess.
We've also heard about the rock of Gathakis, something like that.
The rock of Mount Gacchus is very big. Like the size of a house.
So
if it had wanted the wagon, I think it would have just taken it.
So not that. So dragon size, gargoyle size, something like that. All
right. One of the kids says, there was a dragon
when the town was attacked. It was small ish, I guess, for a dragon. It was bigger than me, but smaller than him. It breathed fire, and its eyes were all black like shadows.
And the other children nod sagely.
It chased us, but we hid. And it got called away by a lady with big pointy ears.
And she puts her hands on her ears, indicating that they were real big ears. But pointy. Victor looks at the child and says, "Was it an elf? Like the Dusk Elves who live outside the Velikai?" And the kid's like,
No, she was very pretty and her ears were very long. Not like the ugly elves who live outside of town.
Victor looks very thoughtful.
Well, look, there's a bloody pulp of a horse here. And we've got all these weapons that Ann's carrying for us now. No matter what the case is, we should probably keep moving. We can talk on the road.
Crash, how much oil would we need to burn the horse corpse to ensure there aren't eggs and what have you?
Yeah, good point. That would definitely speed the process considerably. I would say a single flask with, people gathering up wood and tinder, and there's debris from the wagon that could be used as well.
Okay. Wayne is going to get out a flask of oil and sort of gesture towards the horse and say, if we can, if all the kids can help us get some dry tinder together, we can set this thing ablaze and put some distance between us and it.
This child says,
They don't like fire.
and she goes to get wood to help you.
My sheet says I still have 2 flasks of alchemist fire.
Oh, hype.
Well, Wayne's going to say,
let's
hold
save
on to
that.
the alchemist fire.
Yeah.
I also
At no point does Victor offer to start the fire with spells. It's like he has no magical abilities at all. Like when it's just you guys and you're chilling, this dude casts magic all the damn time. With these people around, he's just a skinny nerd just hanging out.
I have some extra oil here too.
Okay, well, I don't know if we want to use that, but Wayne will use one of his oil flasks, and he'll pour that over the horse, and we'll get this bonfire going.
Okay. So these people are going to be talking, and then their leader, Magdalena, is going to come up and say, they're wondering if this is an alright place to stop for the night. It is a popular campsite along the road. And the sun has set. Because, imagine at this point of burning the horse and inventorying all the stuff, time is passing.
Do we really want to be so close to a burn site like this? Or do we just want to say, fuck it, post a guard and get some sleep?
This guy says, well, another good place to camp is north of the bridge. It's a little damp, but if you don't want to stay here, that is our best bet. It is bad luck to try to cross the bridge at night.
In that case, I vote we stay put.
Wait, no, he said north of the bridge. That would be our side. So we would.
Yeah. So he's saying keep going till you hit the bridge, and then you stop there. Like the south and the north part of the bridge are popular campsites because people are superstitious about crossing the bridge at night.
Okay.
But it is quite damp.
But I will tell you guys this: those of you whose characters might have a good memory and haven't taken too many concussive hits to the head, the north bridge campsite is where Chris died.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, that
We'll
couldn't happen
again say, why don't we
twice.
stay here for the night?
Yeah.
That site is bad luck as far as he's concerned.
Okay.
The sun's already setting.
Yeah. We have a lot of people with us.
Okay. All right. So if that's the case, I need the 5 of you to give me survival checks with either strength, intelligence, or wisdom to set the difficulty of the campsite. I will say the check for this is low. This is a popular campsite, and you have a lot of people trying to help. Some might say too many people.
Oh, too many. Sorry. I've had a 3 to that. It's my check.
All right. All of you succeed, and it is going to be a DC 5 campsite.
Oh, I still need a roll. Hold on.
Oh, shit, never mind. Okay.
What was the... You said...
Survival, it has to be intelligence, wisdom, or strength.
All right.
Okay, yeah. It's only DC 5, so you guys all succeed. That means the camp activities are a 5 tonight. Who is going to be the lookout?
I can be the lookout.
Okay. As you guys are setting up camp, it's a busy road. You hear voices from the north. And one of the voices is familiar to you, and it says, there is the source of the smoke, and likely the source of those thunderous gunshots. You see Vasily von Holtz, and he is accompanied by 3 skilled hunters. You have seen 2 of them hanging out in the inn, and then you see one of them. You have seen her around town. She has an air of badassery about her. Vasily calls out. He says, "Do not shoot. We come in peace." It is amazing how quickly the roads have become busy.
They have. What are you doing on the roads?
I am on my way to the valley. The village of Barovia is in great need of aid. I am scouting ahead. There is a wagon full of supplies that is going to be coming along soon. And then he looks over at this wagon and he says, "Ooh, is that your wagon? What ill fortune you have faced."
Not us.
Not us.
We stumbled upon it. Seems it was attacked on its way north.
Vasily squints and he says, "So it was headed towards Valakai from the village of Barovia.
Not sure.
Where else would it be coming from?"
Well,
I
not
mean,
sure,
it's a
but
small camp, but otherwise,
Yes. He kind of looks at the wagon and he says, "It does not seem like a Vistani wagon, though. It is certainly not a Vardo, nor does it have any of the workings or embellishments that they prefer. It seems like a supply wagon. Fortified one at that. I wonder if we have more outsiders." And then he looks at all the blood and the gore and he says, "Or did."
we didn't see any survivors. The blood's from the horses.
Hmm.
There are a couple of those carrion bugs that were setting up shop. Took care of those.
Vasily turns to the hunters and says, Would you would you be willing? And they kind of nod, and they begin to sort of fan out into the woods. And he says, they're just going to check the perimeter. They're walking all day. They said there was a large group ahead of us that we might catch up with. Been following your tracks for quite a while. I don't suppose we could impose upon this fine campsite you have already erected.
None. More the merrier. How big is the supply cart that is following you?
I believe it is 2 wagons full of supplies. One of food and medicine, and one of building supplies and tools. It is being overseen by Ludmilla.
I see.
He says, I understand that there is some trepidation, perhaps. They are a complicated group. And as he says that, he kind of winces as he looks in the general direction of Castle Ravenloft.
No worries. The village will probably be overjoyed to have a surprise after so long.
Vasily sees Irenia and says, it is good that you are able to return home. I wish that it was on better terms. If you would allow me the honor when we arrive, I would gladly help with your father's estate, whatever business was left unfinished. I imagine your brother's hands have been full with other duties and sorrows. And she kind of looks at him, and he's gonna try to use Smolder on her. Here we go. Oh yeah. Okay, so she blushes super hard, and she says, "That would be that would be very nice. I appreciate it. Thank you." And some of the children make ooh siren sounds and giggle as they continue to quote unquote help you guys set up the camp. If you've ever had many small children help you do anything, I probably should have tripled the DC of all your camp activities.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's enough adults wrangling them. Lydia Petrovna strides up to Vasily von Holtz and slaps him in the fucking face. The slap echoes through the night. Victor looks over, and you see his fingers begin to twitch, and what you are starting to understand is a call for magic. Vasily...
Put my arm on Victor.
Oh, yeah. Vasily
Victor.
turns his head with the slap, and she says, You servant of a monster! You... Did you do nothing? Did you know? Did you know it was coming? And you did nothing? And his eyes, hidden by the shadow of his brow and the darkness of the of evening, he just kind of stares at her, and she says, he lived his life for those people, for that town. Did he lose his way? Maybe he did. But it is easy to get lost in the dark. He thought he had found a light to share with others. That's all he wanted. He just wanted to lead everyone into the light. And in the long silence, Vasily says, Lady Wagner and her associates are aware that you and Victor are alive. And you have been pardoned by the Dark Lord. He does not hold you to blame for any of your husband's actions or decisions. He spoke highly of both of you. The good works that Victor has been doing throughout the lands of Barovia, and the good works that you have done to care for the people and the children. He would very much, when you are ready, like you to return home and continue those works. If that is what you wish. And she just stares at him so fucking hard. And she says, and what of my brother? That he murdered in his own church. Despoiled the Morning Lord's house. I will never set foot in that cursed place again. I will offer my services to Kolyanovich as an advisor. And if my services are declined, I will find some other thing. But never again will I set foot in that town. And she turns and she walks away. Victor goes to her. And Von Holtz looks like he just is carrying 10,000 pounds on his back and on his heart. And he just says nothing as he kind of nods in her general direction and adjusts his collar. And yeah, you guys start your camp. All right. The scouts tell you that there's no need for one of you guys to be on lookout because they're here. If you trust them, you don't have to appoint your own lookout. And each of you may just roll a DC 5 camp action. So, do you guys declare your own lookout, or do you trust these scouts?
I don't trust them.
Okay, so who's going to be the lookout then?
I can still be the lookout. That's fine.
Okay. All right, so lookout. Give me a intelligence survival as you set up your own perimeter. A much better perimeter than these 3 trained scouts.
Because he's badass.
Yeah. And then follow that up with a wisdom, a wisdom perception. And then that will either have advantage or disadvantage based on how you did on your intelligence survival. Ain't nothing getting by you tonight. You got this. You're very confident. All right. You other 4. Taylor, what is your camp action?
Taylor's gonna try and entertain everyone.
Okay. All right. Who's the target audience that you want to give an inspiration to? Keeping in mind that NPCs can carry 1 inspiration at a time. If you did want to inspire NPCs, that came up in another game actually.
Okay. Then I will inspire. I'll play the violin for Lydia.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. So go ahead and give me instruments or performance.
This is how we tricked her into getting a.
Oh man, guys, this is the most haunting and beautiful performance ever. God damn.
Yeah, it's very somber with like it keeps in like dark notes, but like trailing at the end of the dark notes is kind of like raises up a bit to be like a little light at the end of the tunnel, and it's just a constant circle of like beats like that.
Okay. Wayne, what are you gonna get up to?
Feeling like him playing the lute would be, I don't know, what it would be too much given what Taylor was able to do. He feels like maybe the kids would respond to him doing some, you know, twirling in some trick work with his pistols.
Okay. All right. Sure. Yeah.
He'll get them from where Parple's carrying them, and he'll unload them because that's the only safe way to do that. He's got them holstered, and then he's going to try to do some trick twirling and
yeah,
do
sure.
some sleight of
Give me a sleight of hand.
Okay. Could I do performance?
Yeah. Sorry, for camping it would be a performance, right? So yeah, give me a performance dexterity. And then while you're working on that, Robin, what's your camp activity? Oh, beautiful job, Wayne. So some rad shit going on right there.
Does anybody have an herbalism kit with them? Because Robin does not. I don't know if we bought any or if we have found any. I don't think we have.
Irina had one before. I don't know where it ended up.
Didn't Chris have one? Yeah, didn't Chris have one?
Yeah. I would assume it's in one. Yeah, it should be on somebody's sheet.
Well, I'm not able to open Purple's sheet.
Well, there should be a shared Purple called...
Yeah, it's a shared Purple. It's called Porting Service.
Yeah, I'm not... It's not showing up in my...
It's under
anymore.
Under player characters.
Uh-huh.
You don't have the little chest?
It should be like a little treasure chest. If you type in port in the...
There it is.
Yeah.
Sorry. All right.
Doesn't look like we have the tools in there.
You have an Alchemist Fire, Mummy Hands, Blue Water. Yeah, I'm not seeing it there.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I think Irina had one because we were using. That's how we used to when we were studying the
backpack.
Studying the
It's called backpack rations. In the backpack, it's just rations.
Yeah,
there's just rations in there. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Also, I'm gonna add the 6. What were those things called again? The 6 plates.
Oh, carrion stalker plates.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm adding those to Purple.
Go ahead and add all the other stuff that we found.
And
here.
the plates weigh about 1 pound apiece.
She had a healer's kit, but not a herbalism kit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So okay. Well, in that case, I'm not going to craft anything.
Okay.
So I guess I will try to tell a story.
Okay.
And I will target like, I guess Victor.
Okay.
And she's going to tell the story of Coco, really focusing like on the family forgiveness and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Like like also the magic and stuff, right? Because it's like
yeah.
The Day of the Dead, and like it feels like it would fit nicely within Barovia a little bit.
Yeah. Irina is crisscross applesauce right next to Victor, and she says, "Is this based on the movie?"
Definitely based on the movie.
Oh wow. Okay. I'm going to close my eyes and pretend that I'm watching this on the phone right now, or in the movie theater.
Yeah. And Robin will try to describe visuals.
Damn,
you
guys are on fire. You guys are on fire. It's like you're rewatching Coco right now.
Awesome.
All right, he is inspired. Okay.
And also, she's trying to get like a little bit into both of their minds about like family is important and forgiveness and all that stuff too. So
fair.
Hopefully, Lydia hears a little bit of this as well.
I mean, it's such a good telling. There's so much good entertainment going on tonight. I mean, like it's like you're at a goddamn festival with all the good stuff going on. And Magdalena, she's like making some campfire cakes for the kids and for everybody. Oh man, it's good. It's good times. It's good times. Nice music playing. Yeah, I'll change out the music for something nice.
If only Arena's brother was here, because that could go a long way to making her case with him.
And I know you're moving stuff to purple, but like I don't know if you see the weight. You're gonna just have to take it. If it means anything, at some point during the night, Taylor will approach you and ask if you need help carrying anything, and she's staring right at the halberd.
So that was going to be what Anne's downtime activity was. Is going to be like looking at this halberd with this cool smithing set that she found.
The halberd's weight is 1/4 of whatever's listed.
Okay.
All right. I think Victor, between listening to the story of Coco and amazing violin music and everything else, he would want to talk to you guys about the items that you found. And he would say, I don't know if this is the case, but both the armor and the halberd are of exceptional make. I would like to work with him a bit closer, see if I can figure out what's going on. But I don't want to do it in front of all these people. Perhaps when we get to the village.
You could always do it behind the destroyed cart. We can kind of rock site.
We could go for a walk.
We have some tents. We can set up a tent. You can do stuff inside the tent.
Good idea. All right. In that case, yes, I will work on them in the tent. And he will produce a small crystal from a pouch, and then he will sort of look into the crystal and through the crystal at the items, and he says, "It is just as I thought. They are magical. If you are willing to take the risk, you could try to attune with these. Such items take a small portion of your soul, but in doing so, they use the magic inherent in all things to awaken the power within that is much stronger than if they did not have a living creature to use them. Does that make sense?"
Robin, who is already attuned to the knife that she nods.
Similar to how this cloak grew with me.
I say it is risky because there are stories of items of great power that try to seize control of those who would try and master them.
You can't tell anything about what this magic would do?
Unfortunately, I could only confirm that it is in fact magical. There are different types of magic associated with them, certainly, but that is all.
There was something that Ez talked about before, that it was with that weird staff, that it messes with you if you use it. Is that something that happens with these?
Not that I can discern.
You don't think the magic for this armor, like, she'll point, like, it seems like it's probably a little too heavy for me, but you think the magic would make it lighter?
It is hard to say. It has all manner of spell work laid upon it. I imagine it's quite powerful. Abjuration for protection. There's evocation. I can't even imagine what sorts of forces it's trying to pull forth. As far as the halberd is concerned, there is enchantment and alterations made to it. Again, the true nature of it is still a mystery even to me.
I would try it.
Do we have anybody in the party who can wear heavy armor?
I think it's Jason.
Yeah, I can wear heavy.
Okay.
sound less excited.
Oh, he's kind of dexterous guy, right? Aren't you a little dexterous, or no?
I mean, not really.
Oh, okay. So you really wouldn't losing much.
No,
Wouldn't
I'm
be
not losing much at all.
Oh.
I just assumed I was on watch. I didn't want to.
Oh, fair. Yeah.
Like Robin would like to learn maybe some armor proficiency at some point, but she doesn't have that now.
Yeah.
Right.
You would have, I guess, my chain shirt if we ended up switching.
We
I
also
think she
found chainmail, right?
Yeah.
Well, chainmail's heavy as well, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
We also found 3 sets of sledded leather.
Yeah. Robin currently has a chain shirt.
Man, look
Wayne
at that.
was
You
wearing
drew the
one of our
tent,
sets
and then
of
it
leather.
appeared.
Oh wow! Scribble knots all of a sudden.
That's good. It's a good tent. It looks.
Yeah.
That's a real good tent.
I kind of like Pythagorean theorem going on here, like something good.
That's real good.
No, but yeah, OC Taylor wants to try the halberd if you didn't get the gist. I know I gave it to Anne though, and Anne doesn't like people, so maybe she won't give it to me.
I mean,
Okay,
it's too.
if you're
It's
willing to-
like looking at it and like how she was using it. It's like it's just too light. So she'll probably
It's
hand it.
not heavy enough.
It's not heavy enough.
Yeah, honestly,
her.
if you've ever held like a, I don't know, like an 8-foot length of like skinny PVC pipe, like it's that light.
It's like a pool noodle
Like
for her.
it's like comically light.
And like trying to use it to kill that little thing, she was having troubles, and then she felt really good picking up that really heavy rock.
Yeah.
So I think she'll probably just hand it over to you, Taylor.
I dare say, Anne, that the halberd is floppy. Like it seems like a lot of the damage would probably come from whipping it instead of just like stabbing with it, which is why it has that finesse property to it.
But
Yeah.
she will say, "Can I take a look at it with the?" She will say, "I'll give it to you at the end. I want to take a look at it with these tools."
Oh sure.
I guess for her, she just wants to like look at it and try out these tools and just see what this
Without
what
even
thing's
rolling
about.
a check. Without even rolling a check, I could tell you that it is made of a metal that you've never encountered before. If you ask Victor about it, he would tell you that it is mithril.
Mithril. The heck type of metal? What is that? What's that made out of?
It's just a type of metal that it's exceptionally light and lends itself well to enchantment.
We really are in a different world. Well, here. She just hands it over to Taylor.
Okay.
Taylor does the
Alright.
really over the top Japanese thank you, where she's like bowing her head several times. And she takes it next to Victor, and she's like, "So what do I do?"
Well, it's different for everyone. You could fight with it, run through your drills and your practice. You could simply meditate upon it, but you must remain in physical contact with it for a full hour.
Yeah, I'll also just do the monk feature where I make it a monk weapon.
Okay.
Weapon.
So go ahead and give me a blind charisma saving throw.
Ooh, wish I saved that for expiration. Oh, that's not blind. Ignore that. Ignore that.
Okay.
You got another one coming.
All right.
I kind of wish I had that one though. Blind.
Okay. So after an hour, you come to know instinctively the properties of this weapon. It is a dancing mithril halberd. which means that it is a magical weapon, a heavy reach weapon that is also finesse. It is returning and two-handed. And you can use a bonus action to toss this magical weapon into the air and speak the command word. When you do, it begins to hover, flies up to 30 feet, attacks one creature of your choice within 5 feet of it. It uses your attack roll and ability score modifier to damage rolls. While it hovers, you can use a bonus action to cause it to fly up to 30 feet to another spot within 30 feet of you. As part of the same bonus action, you can cause the sword to attack one creature within 5 feet of it. After it attacks for the 4th time, it flies 30 feet, tries to return to your hand, and if you have no hand free, it falls to the ground at your feet. If the sword has no unobstructed path to you, it moves close as it can to you and then falls onto the ground. It ceases to hover if you grasp it or move it more than 30 feet away from you, or you move 30 feet away from it. So yeah, I'll add that to your sheet.
I'll link with it, probably.
All right.
And then, Robin, do we want to hold it on for you later, or you want me to?
No,
Take
I'd say give it a try. I can't use it right now.
Okay.
This
Okay.
fancy plate armor,
Jason,
fancy magic sword turns into a true fighter.
Okay, go ahead and give me a a blind charisma save. Okay. So, you know instinctively after an hour of wearing this armor, that it is thunderous plate armor +1. So it's plate armor +1. Now that you're attuned to it, it provides resistance to thunder damage and allows you to cast Thunder Wave 3 times per long rest at the first level, with a static DC of 15. And I have added that to your inventory. It's also heavy AF. It's 65 pounds.
Disadvantage on stealth.
Jason starts emptying out his pockets and handing everything to him.
Yeah, she's gonna have to take the chain shirt for sure. Let me see if there's probably something else.
And once it's equipped and attuned, it should add the spells automatically to your character sheet.
Like when Jason starts wearing this armor and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
does Vasily or anybody else in the camp like say anything? Like, I mean, because this is different even than like the multiple suits of armor that were just kind of laying around or that kind
Oh
of
yeah,
thing.
yeah. No. People kind of whisper in awe, and they sort of just like, you know, they murmur about like the quality of it and the look of it and everything else like that. Vasily looks at you in the armor, and there is an expression on his face for a moment that an insight check might be able to make more of. If anybody's interested. Otherwise, the look passes. Robin, you see a look on his face of recognition when he sees the armor.
Rob will say, "Do you know this armor?"
He looks at you and he says, my eyebrows are always giving me away. Yes. Not this exact suit, but it seems to be fashioned in the same design and look of the Dark Lord's armor. What he used to wear into battle when, well, before he began to pursue the magical arts. I've never seen him wear it myself, but I've seen paintings of him in it in the castle. How curious for you to encounter. I wonder just where this wagon was headed.
As do we.
I don't know of any purchases that have been made or orders that would have come from the valley, nor, last I checked, was the smithing even possible. Quite a mystery.
Do you think the Dark Lord would approve of us having this armor, or is this something that
I cannot speak for him, but I mean, you discovered it along the road. I'm sure you will be good stewards of it. Put it to good use for the realm.
Yeah, Robin will just kind of nod.
It is very fortuitous to find these supplies for these people are in need, as were you.
Yeah, we've had a lot of very negative things happen on the road. We've had a lot of friends and family who haven't made it. So having a little turn of luck is very, well, quite refreshing, honestly.
Sometimes a little luck is all you need. All right. So you guys settle in for the night? Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Let me check some stuff here. So Jason, your excellent perception check has led you to. Let's see. Trying to find my document here. Hold on. Hold on. Wah. All right. Let me grab it on my drive. Could have sworn I had it local to my machine.
And we have several tents, right? Like, we would have set those up for us, right?
We have
yeah.
two. We have 2 tents.
I thought we had like 4 tents.
No, we have 2 tents and 2 sleeping bags.
Because the tents each sleep
2 people.
2 people.
I'm also carrying them too, so.
Okay, so that night, while you are sleeping, Jason is not sleeping. Jason is ever vigilant. And Jason, about an hour after everybody goes to sleep, as you are sort of walking the perimeter, this other guy is walking the perimeter also, and he keeps giving you a Luigi side eye every time you guys pass each other, but he doesn't say anything to you. You kick something with your foot, and it kind of bounces along the ground for a second before stopping, and in the faint light of the fire, or are you patrolling with like a torch? Since there's such a big group of people and there's campfires and everything, this would probably be an appropriate night to actually use a torch while you're patrolling.
Yes, I'll use a torch.
Okay, then yeah, the torchlight glimmers off the metallic surface of a cube.
Okay, that's sort of strange. How large is this cube?
It is about the size of a Rubik's cube. It seems to be a it seems to be made entirely of gold, and each surface is perfectly smooth.
Is it over by the cart? Or, like, did it possibly
no.
fall out of it, or?
It was actually south, so it was down here, but it was near the road. And apparently it was kind of like in the mud. So like when you kicked it, it dislodged it from the mud.
All right, I'll go over to it and reach down and pick it up.
Okay, a bold move. As you pick it up, it is surprisingly heavy. Maybe it's solid gold. You see that there are words written in the strange Barovian alphabet, but they quickly squirm and worm their way into discernible English. And it says, in fine, beautiful script, for the wisest. And as you look at it, and it says for the wisest, you see the words disappear, and each surface of the cube suddenly has twisting patterns, lines, shapes, and geometry appear on it.
And is it actually a Rubik's Cube? Like, can the sides move?
As you attempt to move the sides, that is not what happens, but you see that where your fingertips touch the runes that have appeared, they leave behind trails of light and colors.
Interesting.
And that's what you find.
Do they stay lit, or do they fade after a
No.
while?
It's like one of those like thermal situations where like the color fades after your touch is
mood
gone.
ring.
Yeah.
All right, I'll pocket it for now and continue the watch. I
Okay.
don't need to wake up anybody.
Fair enough. 2 hours later, you are, I guess, on another kind of perimeter check. You walk by this guy again. He gives you the same stink eye. Says nothing to you.
I see something to him.
Okay, what do you say to him?
I ask him, shouldn't we have had the other two supply wagons come in by now? Unless you guys were scouting way far ahead.
He looks at you, and then he says, Vasily. And he keeps walking. Like, that should explain everything.
All right, we'll leave it at that.
So you hear off in the woods as you're walking by the sound of something feeding.
I guess I'd peer in that direction if I can
Okay.
see any sort of movement.
Yeah, so as you hold your torch up, you see a pair of glowing eyes that seem to take in the torchlight. They seem to be from a smallish creature. It starts to slowly back away from the light. You couldn't discern anything besides the eyes in the shadows. Do you pursue or no?
What color were the eyes?
They seemed like kind of yellowish, but that could have just been the reflection of the torchlight.
All right, I'd probably walk over to one of their hunters.
Uh-huh.
There's something feeding out there, possibly the remains of the horse. Have you seen it?
Show me.
Take him kind of in the general area of where I saw it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you guys would be over here. I would assume everybody else is like just stuffed over here somewhere. Wait. Flat. These two are sleeping also because they figure you plus that guy, that's more than enough. So you kind of shine the light around, and then you guys catch sight of the glimmering eyes again, and then this guy reaches for his longbow and knocks an arrow, and he says, "It is wolf, a small one." And then his eyes start left and right, and he says, "Could be more."
Yes.
And as he's saying that, you see coming out of the shadows a little girl.
Wait, from the woods or like down the road? Like out of the woods or down the wood?
No,
Down the
this is
road.
this is what had the reflective eyes.
Oh, it's... Why are you alone?
She looks at you and she says,
I'm lost.
You from Valakai or the village? And I motioned for her to approach.
yeah, so she approaches. She says,
I'm from Delaware.
Oh. How long have you been in the woods?
I don't know. Weeks? Days?
Anyone
can't-
with you?
I came down from the snow. The snow, there was a lot of snow.
You must be cold. Let's bring you towards the fire. Warm you up.
There was an old lady. She lived in a windmill. And there were some other kids there too, in cages. And she put me in the cage too. But then she had these two daughters, and well, they stabbed me in the finger with a needle, and they licked the blood, and they said they spit the blood out, and they said tainted. And then they just threw me out.
Alright, it was probably Morgantha, but... Where were you before you got to, the snowy peaks? You said Delaware?
Mm,
Were you out walking with your family?
I'm from Milford.
I'm not familiar with it. I'm from Seattle.
Oh. With the Space Needle.
Yes, the Space Needle.
Yeah.
Come on, we can get you some food.
When you go to say that, Slaldar, he puts a firm hand on your chest, and he says, "No, use wolf."
She is but a child.
It does not matter. Use wolf.
She is not a wild beast. She has her senses.
He points to the sky, and you can see the sliver of the moon. He says, "Tonight, yes." It is mercy. The others don't need to know.
It is not mercy. It's the easy way out. And I trek a path that's not easy. And I put my arm on his. Their urges. There has to be a way to control them. At least there is in our stories.
Yours is too difficult. If change has already happened.
If nothing else, she knows knowledge of Morgantha, who is a foe of someone in our party. I cannot let that knowledge go by.
He looks at you and he says, "If she change, we will kill her." And then he walks away.
Turn back to her and kind of kneel down.
Okay. She tentatively walks towards you and she says,
He seemed really upset.
Yes, he has a foul temper. Don't worry about him. And I'll hold out my hand to let her take it.
"Okay." She takes it.
Come on, we must have some food here. You hungry?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna lead her back into, like, I guess a camp. And kind of set her down on one of the rocks, kind of surrounding her campfire.
Okay. I mean, it's very late at this point. Everyone else is asleep. Now, before you bring her in, I will point out that she has in her hand a piece of what you assume is horse flesh that she scavenged, and her whole like jaw and mouth has like blood stains on it.
Here, let me have that meat. It's better if you cook it before you're eating it.
Just really hungry.
I know. And
The
I'll
the
try-
old lady, the witch, she was feeding me and the other kids lots of food. Just like in the story.
Well, we're gonna teach a witch a lesson one day. One day soon. Did you know any of the other kids there?
I didn't I didn't get to know them very well. I wasn't there too long, and they were just really sad.
Certainly. And kind of wipe her face with I guess
It was
my shirt, like the end of it.
Okay. As you do, you can see that there is a lot of blood staining around the mouth, like she has not just recently been eating of bloody meat.
All right.
You haven't seen my dog, have you?
No, I haven't. You have a dog? What type of dog?
My dog's name is Gus. We were playing in the snow, and we were out too late, and he ran off into the woods, and I didn't want to go home without him, so I went into the woods after him. It's just in my backyard. But then the snow got real thick and real windy, and it was blowing everywhere.
It's all right. Gus is probably here somewhere.
But it wasn't okay. There were wolves. I think they might have got Gus, cause he made a real bad sound. And then when I went to him, there was this lady. She had dark skin and white hair. And she told me that I needed to get out of the snow and that I should come with her. And I did. And they took me to this cave. It was like on a hill by the woods, but I don't remember there being anything like that, because the cave looked like a wolf skull. And there was all these people inside, and all these wolves, and there were other kids there too. And there was this real mean man, and he bit me.
And she pulls her hoodie aside, and you see the sort of lingering scars of a very big wolf bite. Like, you can't believe that she would have survived such a thing.
But then the man, he left after he got in a big fight with the dark-skinned lady with the white hair. And then she got in a fight with this other lady, and this other lady got really mad, and well, that night she let me go. She told me I just needed to run away, or I was gonna end up dead. And I was really scared, but I didn't know what to do, so I did, and I wandered around in the snow, and I finally found a road. And then there was this old lady, the Morgantha lady, and I thought maybe I was gonna be okay. And she said that she was a traveler that sold pastries.
It's all right now. Don't worry about it. Here, and I guess I get out one of my rations, and
But she put me in a bag. She put me in a bag in her cart, and I was there for days. And I messed up my clothes. I couldn't hold it.
no, you were very strong. Jason, give her a light hug.
Okay. She just starts to quietly cry, and clutches you in your red and gold enameled plate armor.
Yeah, rub her back a little bit, and who is the nearest to this rock sweeping? Because what? Or I guess
Yeah, I
who are
can't
the
imagine
shipping
everybody.
range?
Yeah, I think that Magdalena would push hard to let the children sleep in one of your guys' tents. Like, she ain't afraid to be pushy. You know what I'm saying? So I'd imagine some of your allies to be out and about. Not
How late
awake,
is it?
but oh gosh, it's probably midnight right about now. It's not super late, but it'd be about midnight.
All right. Let's see here. If I see Taylor nearby,
Mhm.
I'll. Hey, Taylor.
Mhm.
Awake?
What time did we go to sleep?
Oh gosh, with all the excitement and stuff, you probably hadn't gone to bed till like 9, maybe 9:30.
All right, you walk up on Taylor, and it looks like she's having a real bad nightmare.
Oh man.
All right. Well, I guess I.
But when you say that, she looks up at you.
What?
What's up?
Were you faking?
What?
Never mind. A young one, young girl wandered into camp. Could you look over for a little bit? It's not morning yet.
A young girl
Yeah, just
in
a
the
kid.
woods.
Yes. Just, she needs some company for the night. And there's a lot of wolves out, I think. I don't want them to get too close to the camp.
How is she alive?
She has her own circumstances.
Yeah, I'll watch her. Children are precious. And when she says that, she sounds kind of sad.
Yeah. She would have probably already closest to the fire, but pressed up against this rock, have probably curled up and gone to sleep.
Okay. Yeah, I'll kind of watch her, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, just till morning, then you can get some, take a nap before we head out.
That would be okay.
All right. The rest of the night passes without interest. Okay. In the morning, you do hear an argument, quiet but stern, between the 3 hunters that are working for Vasily. They are pointing in the general direction of the girl, who is still slumbering by the rock.
Can Taylor be eavesdropped on if
Oh yeah,
I mean, they're
yeah.
pretty far away, but-
Give me a perception check. This would be an active perception check.
Yeah, she would have noticed them.
Okay, yeah. So basically the argument is this little girl is a werewolf. I saw her eyes. I heard the witch of the windmill cast her out. She was eating raw flesh. Delighted Hunter is arguing that we can't go on your word alone. We must test her with silver. If she is a wolf, she must die. And this guy, Yevgeny, he says, this is not the time or the place to be killing a child, even a wolf. We will make Vasily aware of the situation and the dangers that it poses. He is our employer, and I will not have either of you killing a child in front of other children. And he says, Zaldar, you should have put the creature out of its misery when you had the chance. And he says, Yes, but there was this night, or whatever. I did not want to start a conflict. Yeah, so that's the general
Alright,
gist of the conversation, yeah.
Taylor is Barovian, but she's also been, secluded away for a very long time. So I guess I'd like to figure out what I know about werewolves.
Yeah. So this would be, I would say either a history or a nature.
They're both shit. Alright, here we go. Do you want to? Yeah. We'll do
Yeah.
knowledge
It's
check.
it's knowledge, so it'll.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, kind of the basics. There are shapeshifters, were creatures in Barovia. That the most common of which is a werewolf. They are evil, flesh-eating, man-eating, tribal. They are the most active and dangerous during the full moon, and their bite can spread their curse, causing others to become werewolves as well. And they have an aversion and weakness to silver.
So I did.
You
meet
also know that
weirdly-
your patron does know the cure and ritual for lycanthropy, because a couple of times people have come to her seeking such things, but you yourself don't know the details of it.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, in that case, I will kind of like gently pick her up and just take her into the tent away from them.
Okay.
I guess early in the morning, before I guess everyone tries to get up and going.
Yeah.
Try to wake up Robin and Wayne, and then kind of find where Taylor took her. Look around, locate her, and kind of motion to the tent.
Yeah, Robin will wake up kind of groggily and then snap to pretty quickly and follow you.
This way. We had a visitor last night.
You
What kind
said
of
you woke
visitor?
up Robin and Wayne?
Yeah.
What kind of visitor?
Do you leave Leo sleeping though?
Someone from Smurf, Wayne, Delaware.
Oh, do you
What?
you lead them into the tent, Jason?
Yeah, I was gonna lead him to the tent and kind of open the flap and look in.
All right. Well, Magdalena is going to start getting breakfast ready for everybody, and getting the kids organized and getting everybody ready to travel.
When you walk into the tent, you see Taylor kind of like just holding the child in her arms. She's very like caring and like protective of her.
She's still asleep. Oh, that's good, probably.
Wait, this kid just wandered out of the forest?
Yeah, jeez. Wayne, I don't think she would pass the silver test.
Okay. So she's some kind of... She's bitten by something?
Yeah, she's got a bad bite on her. Said it was on her back, correct?
It's like her whole like right
Shoulder?
like shoulder area. Yeah.
My
This kid's like maybe 9. So a full size werewolf bite. I mean, the werewolf could have probably bit her in half, torso wise. It was delivered by a very big wolf.
I know someone that can cure her. I've seen it.
Okay.
But those hunters. I overheard them. They want to take care of her.
Yes. That makes sense for around here. It wasn't
how
too
was
pleased
Dunbar
last night.
responding
How-
to the child?
He is confused because she smells like kids, which are great, but she also smells like a dog, which is great, but she also smells like something dangerous. So you were super familiar with dogs. It's that excited, curious, and then suddenly like ears and tail down, like shoulders slumped, like, oh shit, I hope they don't kick my ass. But then it's also
Okay.
like, yeah. It's almost like deferential.
Hmm.
But he's just so curious about her.
Seems like she got stuck in from the mountains, and I think the werewolves, maybe near Kresic, got her. And that's where the turning happened. But then someone told her to run. Probably saved her life. Then she ran into Morgantha. Morgantha has a lot of kids in that windmill of hers, supposedly. Morgantha was going to do some stuff to her, but I guess she doesn't like her blood, so she let her free. And then I ran into her last night.
They're going to tell, I think his name is Vasily?
Yeah.
The man that looks important.
Yeah, I'll speak to Vin Zoe.
Okay.
How long until a full moon?
Who's still in its
Let's
state
see.
last night? Can I estimate?
You have 8 days.
Well,
That's a tight window. I also want to tell you that literally everything in this session is just random encounters colliding with each other. Like, yeah, this is wild for me. Just because none of this is like the raw
Of the books.
adventure. This is just random encounters that are just colliding with each other.
How far? Do I know how far away my patron is from here?
yeah,
He-
Wayne would ask Taylor that question.
She lives about 4 hours west of Valakai.
Wrong direction.
I'll take you to the map real quick. I think she's been marked on the map before.
So like above the ruins, like
Yes.
or like south of the lake, that side.
So you know how there's this forest right here that you keep
Yeah.
having to walk past every time you go to the vineyard? She lives in the middle of this small forest right here.
Hmm.
Well, we
And
can
we're right before the
ask,
bridge, right? Yeah.
We can ask Arinya what the cell situation is in their basement, whether they'd be strong enough to contain a lycanthrope.
Wayne, you don't really suggest
Well-
putting her into a cage.
Well,
just came
we
from
got
cages.
If she's got 8 days, we got to keep everybody safe. If she transforms, and she could be dangerous.
She's
I'm not
9.
saying locking her up permanently. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure between myself and Anne, we can handle a 9-year-old.
And what if that 9-year-old turns into a werewolf 4 times her current size?
Maybe not a cage, but perhaps a muzzle? Or maybe you could just, kill an animal next to her and just eat it the whole night. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to come up with ideas that do not involve
Victor
murdering a child.
looks grimly at the kid. And he kind of looks over his shoulder at his mom, and he looks at the kid. He doesn't say anything. Or did you guys ask the two of them to leave? I guess I just see them in the tent, so I assume that they would still be there. But
Yeah, I mean Taylor wouldn't have asked them to leave.
okay, Lydia would say, This is a cruel fate for this little girl, but she is dangerous. If she bites any of you, there's a chance that you will catch the curse as well. It would be a mercy.
But I could
Taking a life is never a mercy.
I could ask my lady to cure her, and then that would be. She could live.
Yeah, but I don't. We're heading to Barovia Village. Valakai's the wrong way. Not to mention, we don't know what kind of welcome we would receive trying to pass through the city.
Wait, no. We made it across Barovia in 3 days. I think we can get to the village and then back across Barovia in 8.
And perhaps we can hire some horses or something in the village.
Okay, I'm thinking out loud. Blue sky, you know?
She's not a danger until there's a full moon. Is that correct?
That's what Taylor was saying.
Victor kind of quietly says, it depends. She was bitten, so she is not a pure-blooded werewolf. That means that her ability to change is limited.
And we're also going through the Vistani camp on our way to Barovia. Perhaps they could be persuaded to assist as well.
No.
I just...
You should. Do you know the Vistani? They steal children.
Yeah, when you say
Steal.
that, Victor and Lydia both nod sagely, like everybody knows that. Like,
Either way, it feels premature to kill her.
Yes, we're not killing the child.
Agreed.
She starts to stir. You realize now that she has lots of exhaustion that I couldn't apply to her. But she has lots of exhaustion. And she opens her eyes, and she sees Taylor in this, and she says, "Why are you wearing a hockey mask?"
Well, what's hockey?
Oh, it's a real good sport where you yell at each other and you beat each other up. There's also ice skating.
What's ice skating?
It's when you put special shoes on that let you go fast on ice.
They sound magical.
It feels kind of magical.
No, I'm Taylor. You know Jason. This is Wayne. This is Victor, and this is Lydia.
Oh.
I'm Robin.
You hear a Bjork. You hear a Bjork.
Oh, and that's Dunbar.
Oh.
I wear a mask because I'm an entertainer.
Oh. Okay. Oh, my name's Mina. My full name's Minodora, but it's kind of a dorky name, so I just have everybody call me Mina.
Okay, are you hungry?
Yeah.
Let's go get some food. And Taylor will take her out of the tent to get her food.
Okay. All right. The other children immediately swarm over to her, and she seems tense, but also happy. Okay. So everyone's very curious about this little girl. Magdalena says, "Oh, now where did you come from? I did not see you with the others."
She's from the same place as the people I travel with. I think it's called Earth. She's
Oh,
outside.
but where has she been the last day or so? I'm pretty sure I would have seen such a cutie.
She was lost in the forest.
Oh, was So you lost the child, but now you found her?
She wasn't part of our party. She stumbled into camp last night.
Oh, is she an outsider?
No, she's with us.
Wait,
Well,
I think they meant
yeah,
she's
they
from
meant
Earth.
us.
Yes.
Yeah, she's from that Earth place they talk about.
But she came separately from us.
It's so small. That is terrible to be lost in the mist. Where are her parents? Did they come with her? And then this lady says, probably the werewolves. Or the Vistani. Both of them cannot stop stealing children. I do not know why the Dark Lord even lets it happen. And they all kind of nod, like, it is known.
Alright, she's under our care and protection now.
So as you say that, Vasily, who's been talking to the hunters, approaches.
I'll
And he
move
says,
to meet him.
okay. Alright. As you move to meet him, he says, she's under your care. Well, that's good.
Yes, well, make sure she doesn't cause a fuss.
Yes, children can make quite a mess if they're left unsupervised.
Yes, they like to stack up all their toys and knock them over every now and then.
Something like that. If you are willing to take on this responsibility, I am disinclined to stop you. The Dark Lord favors outsiders. If you think this is the right course of action, then to try and stop you would be to stand against his will.
I'm glad we see eye to eye on this.
We certainly don't, but I will not try to stop you.
Every life is precious, even the misfortune.
He says, not every life, but every soul, certainly. Yes. All right. Well, the sun rises. We should move.
Should we wait for your supply carts? They never came in last night.
Yes, that is a bit concerning. I suppose we could linger an hour or two. A
Does it
moment.
hurt?
He produces from his bag a small silver raven. That's how you know it's a Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition adventure. He speaks words of magic to the silver raven, and it animates like a little liquid metal robot. He whispers words to it. It lets out a caw, and it flies off towards the north. Okay. So you guys just vibe for another hour or so?
Yeah, probably would kind of
I
plan
don't
in.
think we should wait if we need to. Also, I don't know why you want to see Lumilla so bad.
Okay.
I mean, if we
After
wanted to go ahead, I mean, could we we're a larger group moving slower. I mean, they might catch up to us, Vasily and company.
yeah, you are moving at like little kid speed.
Yeah, if they're gonna catch us
Yeah.
anyway, might as well.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
might as well just strike
here.
out and let
Yeah,
them.
they said that they're scouting ahead anyway, so they're not scouting ahead if they catch up.
Yeah.
And they
All
just
right.
asked to camp with us. They didn't really ask to travel with us specifically.
You get to roll hit dice on a long rest, right? Or camp rest.
You
Camp
treat
short
it,
rest.
yeah, you treat it as a short rest, and you guys would recover 1 hit die naturally, just from essentially taking a short rest because we use healing surges or whatever. And then you get to roll a Constitution save with advantage against a DC 5, and if you're successful, you get another hit die back.
Okay, then I'll just do both, and then I will roll. Oh, I'm still rolling private.
Do you guys feel Annan about the girl?
Yeah, Jason would always. No one else has.
And when you get to the part about do you tell about Morgantha and all of that and her being
Yeah,
a captive?
I have no reason to hide it from man.
Yeah. Robin's going to, like, when you get to that part, she's gonna look over and she's gonna be like, once we get this group to Barovia and resupply and regroup there, I think it's about time to pay that witch a visit.
It would be tight. Because I don't know if we would bring Marina.
Well, we deal with her first, and then with the girl first, and then.
But it is on the way. We're gonna be able to put her in a tree or something.
Doesn't sound like she would be in too much danger from them because of her situation.
Now, you get the sense that after Mina has had a chance to sort of recover a bit, she could be a very useful source of information about the Morgantha and also the werewolves. All right. In the hour it takes to kind of pack up camp, the Silver Raven returns. It whispers to Vasily, and then it goes still, turning back into a figurine. He puts it away in a pouch. A pouch that could easily be pickpocketed by anyone that wants their own Silver Raven. Vasily approaches the group, and he says, I received word. They are fine. We will stay here and wait for them to gain a bit of distance to catch up. I don't want you to have to tarry any longer.
Very well. Well, you know we are just ahead of you down the road.
But if you want the protection of these hunters I have hired, then if you're willing to wait 1 more hour, we can travel together.
That's fine. We'll set on, and they are your hired protection. No need for you to be out here alone.
Okay. He says, yeah, it has been a pleasure to run into you again. It is nice to see that we're all aligned to a single purpose. The restoration of the valley.
Yes. We'll probably see you in the village.
I have little doubt.
Do any of the villagers speak up, like they want to stay here or come with us?
I mean, some of them are like, these two, Yevgeny and Zloldar, are like famous in Valakai. They're called the Wolf Hunters. They're like the most badass hunters in all of Valakai. So it's some of them are like, oh, it would be safer to travel with Yevgeny and Zloldar. Never has there been any pair of hunters with a stronger friendship and even stronger with a bow. This lady says, many people used to think that they were lovers, for so close is their bond, and the long nights they spent together in the wilderness. but each has a wife and children waiting for them at home. So that could not possibly be true.
Old lady. Oh.
You do notice now that that's pointed out that these guys are like two cats that constantly hunt like the same jungle together. Like they're just perfectly in step, in sync with each other. It's like they know each other's movements before they even make them. This lady, she seems to be a student of the two and seems to be kind of learning from them.
I mean, probably wouldn't mind if we waited one more hour, but I mean, like that would be about it. Like she wants to get on the road, but
Personally, I don't want to wait for the vampires. You know, like, is that just me? Like,
I would like for us to press on.
Okay.
Alright.
All right.
But that's Wayne. We could throw up a poll if need be.
and if the villagers want to stay, I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
But I will be
once we get
taking,
across the bridge,
Mina.
the path splits, so we
that's
might
true.
be going parted
I
ways
guess that's
soon.
also, there's sort of like, low-key racism at work too. Like if you explain to these people that you're going to swing by the Vistani and their option is to swing by the Vistani with you guys or hang out with legendary hunters that are a known factor, they might be torn between which to do.
I don't know. I feel like racism would win out. They'd be like, "Oh no, we'll stay with the hunters."
Yeah, especially since you want to bring
especially since they have all these
kids.
kids, yeah.
Yeah. So you know what? I think they're gonna part ways with you guys at this point.
Honestly, I think that's less burdensome for us. So.
You want
Okay.
to keep having to keep the
we armed the villagers. So,
Yeah,
I
we need-
mean,
mean,
they're
yeah,
in a much
they got-
better position than.
So I will trust you,
they were
Dom,
before.
to just delete from your recent Discord post whatever you want to equip these people with.
Alright, we'll give them.
They definitely
How
like
many
spears.
adults? How many adults are there?
There are 6.
6 adults. All right, I'll give them.
Yeah.
We'll give them five shields.
Oh, 5 shields
Oh,
and 5
wow.
spears. Oh man,
Yeah.
okay.
Those things are really heavy. Them shields.
Yeah, they'll remember us.
Okay.
If they survive, yeah.
5 shields and 6
I know
spears.
if it's Stani, so everyone's silly.
Right.
But we're keeping Mina with us, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
there
Yeah,
is
she ain't going
there is
nowhere.
a heartfelt scene where Leo Johnson has a goodbye Butterfree scene where he gives the kitten to this boy and his dad because the boy really liked the kitten and Leo knows that he's going to be heading into some real wild shit and he can't be having the kitten get into that. He looks away, but he's got real bad allergies this morning, so his eyes are kind of watering. And he walks back to the group.
It's a weird time to find out he's allergic to cats.
yeah, that's definitely what the problem was. All right. Minadora watches the other children go with a sad look on her face. But she looks around for Jason and moves over to him and grabs his hand.
How is Dunbar doing with her?
Dunbar is still very curious, but also cautiously afraid of her. Yeah. Like, Dunbar could just tell that something's off. This is an animal, but also a person. And they're very dangerous. But they're also very cute, and they're very stinky. So, a lot going on. All right. So, you guys continue down the road. All right. Another 2 hours brings you to the bridge. And you pass the site of Chris's End. And then I guess you guys head across the bridge. I'll throw up this lovely scene so we can all remember how dope this bridge is.
Before we cross, Wayne would say, unless anyone objects, I'd like to just take a minute just to say a prayer over the site.
Wow, this is I mean, these are gargoyles right here. Just saying.
Do you
Oh,
know
laugh
if
like-
fed recently?
No, they are indistinguishable from stone statues. They just look like stone statues.
Well, I don't know. Maybe like they've got some like blood on their
There's one,
face
yeah,
or
there's
something.
one,
Oh,
Blowing
yeah,
their
yeah.
fingernails or something.
Yeah, sure. Give me a investigation. I would also accept a perception, but investigation would be what I'd really like. Oh wow. Anne, you are very confident that these guys haven't gone anywhere in a long time. There is like a lichen it's kind of building up on them that would only be here from just, weeks or years of inactivity.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So you cross the bridge after. Wayne, do you say anything, or do you take a few moments to?
He just takes a few moments. He doesn't say anything out loud. He's just sort of
That's fair.
trying to honor a man that meant a lot to him that he didn't really get to know very well, and was his life was cut short.
All right. You take that time. You cross the bridge. You travel for another hour, and you come to a branch in the road. You take the left onto the slightly overgrown Sayre River Road, or the Sayre Camp Road. And as you travel along it, it is wet and chilly. The air is very misty. So there's just like a chill fog or mist that just kind of like clings to you and dampens everything. During this time, the kid, Mina, is very quiet. She's just sort of like, trying to keep up. She is obviously very exhausted, but also is very like head down, keep going. There's not any complaints. There's not any lagging behind. Traveling with the other children yesterday, there was a lot of like normal little kid things like, when's the next stop, and I have to use the bathroom. This kid is like a little soldier, just keeps like marching.
I mean, I know she's tired, so Jason would probably carry her.
Okay. She would probably say no, or no, thank you. But if you offered more than once, she would probably let you do so for a little bit.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't take no for an answer.
Okay. All right. You guys walk along the lake road for another 2 hours, and you arrive at the Vistani camp. The Sayre Pools Vistani camp. Let me check the scene before I take you over there in case it's too traumatic. Let's see. Okay, it looks like we're good. All right. Okay. So as you and your allies arrive, the Sayre Pools camp is still there, which is nice. And the Vistani that are present see you guys approaching at almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and they recognize you. Well, some of you. and they greet you into their camp, but not super warmly. But they do greet you into the camp. And let me
Can
see
Can
who.
we tell why that we aren't getting the same kind of reception as before?
Yes, you can do an insight check. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, you're not exactly sure why you're not getting a very warm reception. But you definitely feel it, that it's more like, oh, it's you kind of vibe.
Hmm.
Yeah. And I can bring you guys over to this map. That might help me remember all the peeps that live here.
So,
Let's
like,
see.
first time was a pleasant curiosity. Now we're a hindrance or annoyance or something.
Well, I
Could've
mean, that's
been.
it's up to you guys to determine that, because nobody rolled a high enough insight to know for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we've done a lot of
Okay.
stuff, so
Yeah. All right. So as you arrive on the scene, uh-oh. As you arrive on the scene, I crashed my foundry. Well, we're kind of at time anyways, but
Yeah.
yeah, damn. Oh yeah, it's dying hard. Okay. So I guess we will. It did this during my prep too. It just completely crashed. All right. So as you arrive, they greet you, but not warmly. And then one of them says to you that is kind of, I don't want to say forward guard, but says, it has been a long time. None of us expected to see you again. At least, no, I don't think anyone did. What brings you back this far east?
Heading for the village.
We're taking some people back to Barovia.
Oh, you're taking people there on purpose.
Well, the situation in Valakai has changed.
I see.
There's been a shift of power there.
Well, things are not great in the village of Valakai. That is for sure. You know by
Barovia?
now. Oh, sorry. Yes, things are not good in the village of Barovia. You've heard by now that Indurovich was slain.
It's
In
another
that,
reason of returning so that Irinia can be with her brother.
Yes. That is good. They are a people impoverished and certainly in need of any help that you can offer. I would ask, what made you choose to pass through our camp when there is a road that is quite serviceable?
we had a wonderful time the last time we were here, and I know I had, I guess, nagging questions at my mind about the mist.
Ah, well, perhaps we will find answers for them. Come back to the camp, and we will try to get those questions answered. And that's where we'll leave off for the week. Is with you guys kind of heading to the camp together. All right, sweet. So, actually, we're not going to play next week. So, a couple of announcements. Next week, we're not going to play. because I'm going to the beach. But then, so we're gonna play again in 2 weeks. We'll pick up in 2 weeks. And let's see what else is going on. Darby, you got a game tomorrow night. If you want to talk on that real quick.
Yes, we playing through Boundless Wonder. It's kind of the Pathfinder Society series of one-shots that connect to a loose story. So it's the first of that.
Nice. All right, you got any room, or you're full up?
It's all filled up.
Okay.
And it'd be at 8 o'clock. It may or may not be streamed.
Okay.
Still being determined.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. What else we got going on? Oh yeah. We might be doing a vodcast tomorrow night? Question mark. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, we could. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what we're going to talk about, but yeah, we could.
Are you in Darby's game? Because I don't want you to run.
I am.
Yeah, maybe we should. Well, if we take this week off, we also got to take next week off because I'll be out of town.
Also, I'm out of town next week too, so.
Oh man, maybe we should make the time to do it tomorrow. I don't know.
I'm down to
That
do
would
it.
be more. That'd be more time to do pirate stuff though.
Maybe the podcast could happen during Pirates.
Wow.
No. No.
I don't know.
Up to you. You let me know.
Anyways, Saturday morning is, dare I say, the second to last Red Hand. No, wait, that sounds terrible. So I haven't heard back from all the players, but I noticed when I was doing some YouTube stuff that they're gonna end on 59, and I mean, honestly, ending on 59 might as well just end on 60. You know what I'm saying? So like maybe we just got one more session in us. You know what I'm saying? Just one more session to push to the big 6-0. I don't know. So I've heard back from I think 5 out of 6 players, but if all of them are down, we're gonna play Saturday morning, and then that'll take some of the pressure off of trying to finish everything in one session. And then, sort of like we did with Odyssey Prime, they would then finish whatever leftovers there are with the following session, and then have as much time as they want for like epilogues and closing things out and wrap party and hanging out and stuff like that. So ideally, that's what we're gonna do. So it would be like basically the last session on Saturday, a week off, and then coming back to kind of wrap things up for the end. So that's what I'm pushing for. Because I've given up on having my Saturday mornings to do anything. So it'll be nice. We'll just do that. Saturday night, we're gonna be playing a bunch of Solasta. I don't think we're gonna start until 6, but once we do, we're gonna try to grind this baby out.
We're fucking going.
Yeah, because
we're getting it done.
We got to put all our games to rest. Put all our games to bed, as it were, because we got a big one coming up, a huge one. Sunday morning, Daybreak is going to go. They just arrived at the castle, and they're going to have dinner with Strahd. I am curious if you had any advice for them, which they can't actually hear. What would your advice be, having just arrived at the castle?
Follow the golden rule.
Okay.
Treat others the way you would like to be treated.
And antagonize Strahd as much as possible. He won't get mad at you.
There are a couple of characters in that group that I don't think are going to live through dinner. There are a couple in that group. So it should be pretty spicy. I don't think any of them will be brave enough to explore the castle. That would be the most exciting, though, if they're brave enough to explore the castle. Then we've got.
We weren't.
If only Chris was alive.
Would Chris have explored Castle Ravenloft? Oh man, that would have been spicy as hell. Sunday night, we got more Mythic Odyssey on the Island of Gold. So far, so good. Monday night, we'll do some more Alkenstar. Tuesday night, Cyberpunk Red and Pathfinder Abomination Vaults. Wednesday, I don't know if we're going to be streaming it or not, but we're going to be doing like a lot of testing and setup, because starting in August, we're going to do a 4-player co-op of Baldur's Gate 3. which is apparently a video game about Dungeons and Dragons. So I don't know if you've heard about it, but we're gonna be doing that. It's estimated to be like 100+ hours. But if you've ever tried to play Divinity Original Sin 2 with 4-player co-op, it is like a herd of cats trying to fuck open a coconut. It's just a disaster. So, yeah, anyways, we're gonna try to figure out on Wednesday how to handle all of the split screen action, how to handle the party face not being able to party face every possible NPC and encounter, even the ones that they're standing right next to, and all sorts of other weird shit that Larion did not think about when they made the game have 4-player co-op. So yeah. But that's gonna be really cool. And the first weekend that the game is out, we're gonna go hard, and we're gonna play all day Friday and all day Saturday to kind of get like a big head start on the campaign, and then we're gonna switch back to playing like every Wednesday or whatever for a bit, and then
every other Saturday.
Every other Saturday where Solasta would normally be. So we're really gonna try our best to actually finish the game cooperatively. So that should be pretty exciting. And then no game on Thursday, nothing going on Friday, nothing going on Saturday, and then all that jazz. So, anyone else have any announcements before we adjourn? All right. Well, I hope everybody has a good week, and we will continue our adventures 2 weeks from now. So you have 2 weeks to come up with any questions you might have for Madam Eva and the Vistani after your traveling. Though keep in mind, such things as info are quite valuable, so they may have a price tag attached. So we'll see. Okay. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Take care.
Thanks again, Crash.
Night.
Alright, I want to float this by you guys before the cube. Do we want Madame Eva to look at it?
I
She's
think
the
we want
wisest
Victor to look at
person.
it first.
I was
But
gonna say Victor first, maybe.
It's the wisest. Victor's the most recent
He's in.
decisions.
Do
You
we
know,
have anybody
if we
with high
would've gone-
wisdom?
I think I might have the highest wisdom out of 14.
Yeah, my wisdom's 13.
But I will say, you guys have spent a good amount of time with Taylor. She's kind of a fucking airhead, aka 6 intelligence.
Yeah, I don't.